There's no better feeling than a personal win, and the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you do just that. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
This is an ad from BetterHelp. BetterHelp has improved therapy, making it affordable and convenient. And now it's even better. Sign up for BetterHelp between December 3rd and 5th to get 1 free month of therapy. Take a breather from the hectic nature of the holiday season. BetterHelp can help you pause and take care of yourself. Visit BetterHelp.com between December 3rd and 5th and sign up to receive 1 free month of online therapy. That's BetterHelp.com. Valid for new U.S. customers only.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this. I've been losing my shit for like the last 20 minutes, half hour with my next move of what I want to do.
Right.
I have movies in mind and they don't qualify.
Oh.
I'm trying to pick absolute shit.
Unbelievable. Unremarkable.
The perfect one is called Falling for Christmas. It's starring Lindsay Lohan. I've seen it. It's so bad. It's so dumb. It's 62% on 55 critic reviews, 53% on 500 plus ratings. So maybe we could get it down.
Lohan Hive.
I could get us to get it down, I'm sure. I don't think it would take much. I can't believe it doesn't qualify. Like, that was going to be my next pick. It's from 2022. So it's Lohan, not at her lowest, but not at her medium.
Does she have a medium? I kind of feel like she has highs and she's got lows, and that's it.
That's a good question. That's a fair question. Yeah.
Is Herbie Fully Loaded medium?
No, that's highs.
I think that's high. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Then yeah, I think you're right. Because it's Mean Girls, Herbie Fully Loaded, Prairie Home Companion, Just My Luck, Bobby, Georgia Rule, and then I Know Who Killed Me were officially...
Georgia Rule might be her medium. Have you seen Georgia Rule?
That's Jane Fonda, right?
Yeah, it's bad.
What?
It's really bad.
Why did you watch that movie?
What episode is this? 247? How are you still surprised?
We got a new segment or a new spin-off. Like, why did you watch that movie? It could be 30 seconds long. But sometimes, like, the question is, why did you watch that movie?
I'm me, man. I don't know what to tell you. You remember that clip where someone was asking Kevin Durant about scoring on Patrick Beverley? He's like, I'm Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I'm Zach Harper. I don't know what to tell you, man. I've seen them all.
You are Zach Harper.
This is what I do. Georgia Rule is so bad. That has to qualify.
Yeah.
All right, I got to pick that next year.
Is it on my to-do list? I'm fairly sure it's on my to-do list.
Why?
You're asking me why I watched it. No, a better question. Why is it on your to-do list? Who are you to question me?
This is episode, what, 247?
No. I know what this is.
What did Kevin Durant say when they asked him about scoring on Patrick Beverley?
It's a cosmic mix of the action of the 90s combined with the exploitation films of the 70s. But with modern touches, it's hyper-violence, but it knows that it is. It's a little bit Tarantino. It's definitely a little bit Michael Mann. It's kind of a cosmic gumbo. It almost moves to the beat of jazz.
that people are genetically inferior, or they're culturally crippled, or they're socially deprived.
How come God couldn't make everyone one color, like tan?
I wish I'd fucked a black broad before I got married.
I could really feel 400 years of oppression and anger in every pelvic thrust.
I can smell horny across an ocean.
Not all women.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
Just the hot ones.
Hello, Oprah.
You're not allowed to go down on me for 1 month.
No, Judith,
Don't
please.
make me take away your masturbation privileges.
Yeah, I'm horny too, baby.
Hey, Charmin, come on down here. Will you want to exercise my dominance?
Scaring.
I'm getting a patriarchal urge.
Don't mind me. Just keep doing what you're doing. We're a team. We work together.
I don't know if you were paying attention.
I wasn't.
Please, goddammit! Just one more drink! I'll cut off your tits with a knife, you bitch!
5 whiskeys. That's breakfast on the river.
Yo, you have to clip it, Maze.
Clip what? A fucking tiger? What are you talking about?
It's not that hard. Just chop, boom, out.
Wow, Maze has a really hard job.
This is going to be the worst episode we've ever done.
My people don't give a ding-dong diddly about what flag fly over Hawaii.
You bore me, Fury.
Where is the microfilm?
He's nothing but a bag of meat and flesh and tendon.
Why didn't they just name him Spaghetti Lasagna?
Fuck, this movie's 2 hours long?
Not the whole thing.
This is like the John Gruden emails of movies.
Do you like ducks?
Or a trench coat full of bees flying around? Like, that would scare me. Imagine bees are cool.
That's a duck, man.
No, I get it.
Coolio.
You're the devil's baby mama. I didn't lie, Annie. I just didn't tell you certain things.
Don't play no reindeer games with me.
An American ninja? What are you talking about? There's no such thing.
You've gotten rich off of the people in this town. You bet your ass I have. And I'm going to get richer.
Coughlin's Law.
Go into incredibly descriptive details of the story so we all know.
Oh, man. I wish I had better notes.
Have you ever heard such a pile of shite?
Once I get a DVD player, I'm going to watch Gallo Walkers once a day.
Come here and give me a squudge.
You know what to do from here, Internet.
All right, cool. Let me Google how to open QuickTime.
Justice is blind.
He's got space dementia.
But it can be heard.
Time to find out exactly what this ooze can do.
Pull the fucking rabbit out of your dick and phobe.
I'm Temecula's newest hard-on, dog.
Hey, look at here. Why don't we eat us a few thousand beers and you can tell me what's buzzing in the big bad city.
Coming on, yeah! You gotta look out for number one. Set your sights on the stars and the sun. Look out for number one. You gotta push a little harder, push a little harder. Yeah, yeah.
Enough! It's not funny anymore.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast where we break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper, that's Amin and that's Anthony Mayes. Make sure you're listening to us on Spotify or I'm going to give you so much damn brain damage from hitting you with paint cans and bricks and pipes.
Dog, that's not brain damage.
You won't be able to count.
That's murder one.
That's a long list of crimes in this movie.
Yes. Oh my
Not
God.
by the bandits.
Undiagnosed psychosis.
Spotify is where you can vote in the poll, like the poll for Final Destination. 36.6% phobe, 63.4% file. They liked it.
Which I can't imagine how.
Simply because you like the log scene, which isn't in that movie.
Spotify is also where you can leave a comment like Victoria, who said, Tony Todd died while my friends and I were watching Final Destination for Cinephobe just now. Death got him.
Oh. I wonder how many people that happened to.
A lot, man.
A lot of people tried to blame us for Tony Todd.
Oh,
Oh, it's not our fault. It's Death's fault.
And they're trying to ascribe some kind of cinephobe curse.
When has that happened another time?
Name 2. Is that what you just hit it with?
Name 2. Name 2.
And Big Perm commented, I've been listening for a long time now, and it will never stop making me laugh when Amin goes on a drunken diatribe into some crazy shit, and then Mayes doesn't respond and moves to the next note for the movie. When Amin was talking about his FAP combo fantasies, I knew it was coming, and when it did, I laughed so hard I woke up my fiance at 2 a.m. On the couch I sleep with a smile on my face. Thank you, gentlemen, for being a light of amazing humor in these dark times.
FAP combo.
You were in bed listening to us at 2 a.m. next to your girlfriend?
Fiance.
Now, was the commenter the guy from Jaws, The Revenge? Did your fiance also flick you with her underwear like a rubber band into your face?
And still he didn't want it.
Which you then ignored to listen to Cinephobe some more?
And Brent Peck commented, listen to taking my kids to daycare. Both my 2 and 3-year-olds were walking in going, bop, boop, beep, bop, bop, boop, bop.
You're dead. I've gotten a lot of messages about how much they love the sound. Even one person was like, that new sound that Amin's doing, I love it. I was like, what are you talking about? That's Jonah Hill. That's not Amin.
Hey, this is Jonah Hill talking. Bop, bop, boop, bop.
You're dead.
Doesn't sound anything like me. I wish I could take credit for it, but damn.
You would if you could.
I would if I could. That's true. I absolutely would.
Yeah.
I'd sign autographs.
Leave us a review. Leave a comment. Make sure you're checking out the CT5 episodes on the main feed. Leave us your CT5 suggestions and lists on social media or in the Discord. By subscribing to patreon.com/countthedings, you get access to ad-free episodes, extended cold opens, rewatch 10 live events, even the past ones. You get episodes early, discount on tickets to live shows, Discord access, and all the extra content across the CTD network. If you have a submission, submit it. Reminder, it needs to be 40% or lower on Rotten Tomatoes for the audience or the critic score. All right, recently, Amin had us get totally naked so we could be vengefully arrested with law-abiding citizen. Then we started a new and improved daisy chain.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain.
I used prison.
No, you didn't.
To keep us staying cheeked up with the French Foreign Legion and Lionheart.
Mayes just abandoned the. He's just going straight
he
to
just
no.
went hard. Yeah. Mayes used Scotsman to link us to ope our way through surviving 24 hours with the pest. Amin used $50,000 to link us to letting the prisoners know that was ridiculous and way out of line. With dirty work, I had to snort revenge to get coked up enough to rappel down Devil's Cauldron to find the bonsai plutonium tree that is Karate Kid 3. Mayes used Vietnam vets to jungle cat toward a man roaring into the heavens with X-Men Origins Wolverine. Amin used Bourbon Street to hitchhike from Seedy Motel to Seedy Motel, looking to smash a major in an X-Major way with Jack Reacher Never Go Back. I used fingerprints to have us box out Coca-Cola vending machines in the Roman Coliseum with Double Team. Mayes used driving through a river to put the town on alert while avoiding sex with the mayor during Dante's Peak. Amin used 1997 volcano movies to help us throw a man 5 inches beyond flowing lava as we melted away with Volcano. I used the city of Los Angeles to throw the daisy chain through countless windows for the Glimmerman. Mayes used Endless Rain to pull out a Penthouse magazine to jack it as suspect number 1 in everybody's death during Final Destination. Amin used numerology to have us obsess that our wife's good male friend plowed her 23 times in our dreams with the number 23. Mayes swap picks with me using a boy named Robin to bring us the diddling empire that is Wayne Manor for Batman Forever. I used someone holding onto your hand to save you from falling to your death below to gaslight the fuck out of the worst family we've seen since MVP Most Valuable Primate to give us the good son.
Don't fuck with me.
No gaslighting.
Now it's Amin's turn. And he's using undiagnosed childhood psychosis to bring us the 1992 holiday comedy, holiday family, slapstick, urban adventure, comedy, crime, family, holiday, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Christmas comedy.
Zach, if you had to pick one tag, which one would you pick?
Ooh, urban adventure.
Really?
Yeah.
Maze, what would you do?
I'm going to go with Christmas comedy because that's it.
No, Christmas is not in mine. I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry, guys. I'm going with crime.
Oh.
Straight crime, man.
Yeah.
If we could change slapstick to slipstick.
Oh, wait.
Maybe you got something there.
I see what you did. I was doing a Mr. Duncan thing. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York stars Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, and Daniel Stern. Macaulay is a repeat offender for The Good Son and still having them Oakleys.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He had Uncle Buck in 1989, Jacob's Ladder and Home Alone in 1990, My Girl in 1991, this movie in 92, and The Good Son in 1993. This is Joe Pesci's first time on Cinephobe?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I guess he doesn't do that many movies, though. He doesn't do a lot of bad movies.
He's on an incredible run right here.
This is ridiculous. He had The Super and JFK in 91, this movie, Lethal Weapon 3, and My Cousin Vinny in 92, and A Bronx Tale in 93. That is unreal.
Yeah, Attack on, Lethal Weapon 2, Goodfellas, Casino. But as you mentioned, Zach, it is his first time on Cinephobe, which means got to clip that Wise Guy music video.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Fade out my ass, treat all my bras like trash. You'll catch a blast if you move too fast. I talk with class, you don't have to ask. Getting everything by flashing cash. Fighting and stealing, don't kill without feeling. So I win in casinos before they start dealing. All about respect and intellect. Only mess with the women that pick up the check. 2 supermodels, one on each arm. One chick's brunette, the other was blonde. I heard their fathers had stocks and bonds, so I fucked them up and left them floating in a pond. Custom-made clothes from head to toe. Catch Joe at the fight sitting in the first row. Everybody follows when I'm ready to go. No need to show off, they already know I'm a wise guy. I'm a wise guy. It's a bitches that'll get you. It's a bitches that'll get you. Hey, I don't drive by. I'm a wise guy. I just stop by with a couple of guys, and I take your eyes, 'cause I'm a wise guy. I'm a wise guy.
I don't know what that is.
You don't remember this?
It's the Joe Pesci rap.
A real one, or is this for SNL?
It's real.
Holy shit.
That's going to really excite you in a couple of months.
Yep.
Daniel Stern had Home Alone in 1990, City Slickers in 91, this movie in 92, and Rookie of the Year in 1993.
Daniel Stern went from fucking everywhere to nowhere overnight. He was in so many movies in the 90s.
Did he go crazy, or am I just confusing him with Randy Quaid?
I confused him with Randy Quaid to the point where I looked up if Daniel Stern had a brother.
He has a brother?
That was more successful. And he does it.
David Stern.
Dennis Stern.
Because I almost wrote David Stern about 100 times in here before I was like, all right, he's just Marv. Catherine O'Hare from Best in Show, Home Alone, and Beetlejuice.
O'Hara.
Yeah, O'Hare's the airport.
Oh, okay.
Schitt's Creek, too. Can't leave that out. Moira Rose. She's a legend.
She's an all-timer. John Hurd, repeat offender from Snake Eyes and White Chicks.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Yes, that's right. He's the evil dad in White Chicks.
Devin Rattray, repeat offender from R.I.P.D. He's Buzz.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Michael C. Marona from 40 Days and 40 Nights.
He's one of the Petes from Pete and Pete, and he's in Slackers as well.
Gary Bamman, or Jerry Bamman, it's spelled with a G. Repeat offender from Cocktail. Terry Snell, repeat offender from You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Kieran Culkin, repeat offender from Movie 43. Tim Curry, repeat offender from Loaded Weapon 1 and Congo.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
We have Eddie Bracken from Vacation. He played Mr. Wally and Mr. Duncan. That piece of shit Rob Schneider, repeat offender from Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo, Judge Dredd, Waterboy, and You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
And Grandma's Boy.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Rip Taylor, repeat offender from Dukes of Hazzard. Ron Canada, repeat offender from Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm going to fuck up his name. Abdullah Nagam? How do you say his last name? N-G-O-M. Repeat offender from That's My Boy and Grandma's Boy.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Dr. Shakulu.
Kate Hudson, repeat offender for 200 Cigarettes, is in this movie, allegedly.
Yeah, she's in the chorus.
Okay.
She said it herself. It's an extra role.
I still get residuals from Home Alone 2 because I sang in the chorus. I get like 10 cents every once in a while.
Briefly, apparently, J.J. Walker and Ali Sheedy from the clip of the game show.
Ali Sheedy is the ticket agent.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Wow, she looked way different.
J.J. Walker was in the game show along with J.P. Morgan, which is a hilarious stage name. Also, Brenda Fricker, Academy Award winner from My Left Foot, So I Married an Axe Murderer, and Angels in the Outfield. Dana Ivey from The Color Purple, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and The Addams Family. And Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Home Alone 2 was directed by Chris Columbus. Not that one. Chris directed Adventures in Babysitting, Home Alone.
Not the one who discovered America.
Not the one who raped and pillaged thousands of indigenous people.
Whoa.
Mrs. Doubtfire, 9 months. Stepmom.
To be fair,
whoa.
There was a language barrier.
I don't know if you wanted to be fair that one. Also some Harry Potter movies and future Cinephobe Pixels.
And Percy Jackson, which Zach knows all about.
That's the guy who... No, it's Peter Jackson is who I was thinking. What the fuck's Percy Jackson?
He's the lightning thief.
What?
Yeah.
That was supposed to clear it up?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean a lightning thief?
Deja vu all over again.
The man who has proudly watched Georgia Rule has never heard of Percy Jackson.
I've seen the name. I don't know what the fuck it is.
He's a character in a movie and books.
Okay, sorry for having sex before, so I haven't seen this movie. I don't know what to tell you.
We did this 3 episodes ago.
It was written by John Hughes. Holy shit. Let me read you the John Hughes written movies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mom, Vacation, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, European Vacation, Weird Science, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, Home Alone, Dutch, Curly Sue, Beethoven, Dennis the Menace, Flubber, and repeat offender for Drillbit Taylor.
Which he wrote under an alias from Count of Monte Cristo.
The King of Sting?
He is the greatest movie writer in history, and it's not close.
So prolific, yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Synopsis for Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. Kevin is separated from his family again when he accidentally boards a flight to New York City during a Christmas trip to Miami. However, he crosses paths with the same burglars who now plan to rob toy stores on Christmas Eve.
Toy store.
A toy store.
What was that? Toy Story?
No, I said Toy Story, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. He's going to rewind. Oh, he actually said Toy Story. Okay, I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said. I've given up, man. You guys have broken me.
We broke you.
You broken me, man.
That did it.
Yep.
You broken me.
He's talking like Daniel Stern.
And he was never the same after since.
I've been hit too many bricks.
You've been hit too many bricks?
He sure has.
What? Are you?
I need a drink.
Are you in concussion protocol? What's happening?
I feel like Tua.
Tagline, start spreading the news.
Because it's Christmas, guys.
Yeah, it's New York.
And he's holding a newspaper on the poster.
5 alternate taglines. Guess who's alone in New York this Christmas?
Put it together from the title and everything else. Thanks.
Another Christmas in the trenches. Line from the movie. He's up past his bedtime in the city that never sleeps.
He is up past his bedtime.
That kid doesn't have a bedtime. That kid is ungoverned at all times.
That kid is a sociopath.
Of course. I knew that in the first one. Yikes, I did it again.
Also a quote from the movie.
And first he was home alone. Now he's lost in New York.
You know,
that's just exposition.
He's not really lost in New York.
No, he knows exactly where he is.
He knows exactly where to go, and he's got an agenda.
He even found hookers.
He did.
$28 million estimated budget. That doesn't sound right to me. I'm assuming Mayes has a different budget.
No, 28.
Really?
That's too high or too low?
I think shooting in New York the way they did, that's got to be crazy expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's $28 million in like 1990, dude.
Pesci had to be expensive at the time. Macaulay had to be expensive.
Well, we'll get to Macaulay's salary, but the whole cast came back, and you have to imagine that they all wanted more money.
Knowing that this was going to be a massive hit. And then grossed $173.5 million US, $358.9 million worldwide.
Dog.
Beyond a hit, blockbuster hit. That has got to be one of the biggest percentage earners we've ever seen in Cinephobe.
Yeah, it was the most profitable comedy of the 90s, I believe.
Before we jump to this movie and you listen to the rest of this podcast, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is available on Disney+. Home Alone 2 Lost in New York receives 35% on 57 reviews from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 62% from the audience on over 250,000 ratings. Amin, it's like the positive or the negative reviews.
It's been a while since I've done this to you, Zach, but it's been a while. I'm a stocking half empty kind of guy. Give me the negatives. Why did they hate this movie?
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
PJ Nabarro from Patrick Nabarro.
Oh, Nabarro's my favorite slice in the city.
Oh
my God. Only in Harlem.
Deep Harlem. Sorely lacks the situational specificity and just the vague whiff of this could actually happen from the previous film.
All right.
Janet Maslin of New York Times. It's much more violent than the first film's comparable set of dirty tricks, and Kevin, removed from his embattled home, seems much more cavalier, possibly even meaner, than his bullying older brother, Buzz.
That is certainly a take.
Yeah.
Well, Buzz still sucks, though.
Buzz sucks, but he's not trying to murder 2 people for an entire movie.
Well, not an entire movie, just the closing act.
Oh, that's right. He makes friends with an unhoused lady. Yes, you're right.
More on that later.
I'm not going to spoil the notes. All right.
7-Eleven.
Hollis Chacona of Austin Chronicle.
Jorma Chacon.
Be a champ. Protect your child from this brutal cartoon of a movie. If you don't, you may end up like Marv and Harry, suffering the consequences.
Oh.
Same note, too.
Brain damage?
Not brain damage. Those guys are dead.
Nice little rebounder, Stephen Hunter of Baltimore Sun.
Oh, don't steal my bit.
Culkin, an angel-faced Terminator more potent than any assault rifle-armed Schwarzenegger, swells with empowerment and lashes out symbolically at the indifferent parents, the ignorant teachers, the irritable authority figures, the brutal older sibling.
The critics are, they take the gloves off, man. They really turned on this thing.
Almost all these, yes. This is too violent. Kids shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah. I'm like, it's a comedy.
It's Looney Tunes brought to life.
Right, yes. Jay Boyar of Orlando Sentinel.
Boyardee.
With any luck at all, the McAllisters will just stay home next Christmas.
I did think about that a lot.
Of course.
You sure you want to do this?
Playing with fire, man. Matt Brunson of Film Frenzy.
Jalen Brunson.
Just when it appears this can't get any worse, along comes white supremacist Donald Trump in a pointless cameo.
Oh,
okay.
I think that's a newer review.
No, really? You think so? I hate when they do that.
Jason Morgan of filmcritic.com.
JP Morgan.
Made solely to sell talk boys, and let's not forget the pink talk girls to kids.
Yeah, more on that in the trivia.
Roger Ebert of Chicago Sun-Times.
The legend.
I didn't much like the first film, and I don't much like this one, with its sadistic little hero who mercilessly hammers a couple of slow-learning crooks. Ken Hankey of Mountain Express.
Hi-de-ho.
Wasn't one of these bad enough?
What?
Positive reviews.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Danielle Solzman of Solzy at the Movies.
Solzy.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, manages to up the stakes while Kevin has to fend for himself in a very different environment.
But not too different.
Dwayne Burge of Hollywood Reporter. Culkin is breezily winning once again as the self-reliant kid alone, while Pesci and Stern deserve combat medals, especially Stern, to the bricks and slings they endure. Richard Schickel of Time Magazine.
In for a shekel, in for $1.
Oh, so charge that. It is going to make a ton of money, but you never feel that's the only reason it was made. It respects itself and it respects us, and there's no reason to begrudge its success.
Does it respect us?
I don't know if it does. Roger Hurlburt of South Florida Sun Sentinel. Home Alone 2 Alone in New York, not the title of the movie, is a rollicking return to the pesky juvenile hijinks, broad slapstick antics, and tender sentimentality that made the first film a phenomenon, and it does it all even better. I don't know about that last part, man. I was with you on the other stuff. Yeah.
All right, Herbert, relax.
Joe Barry of Radio Times.
Joe Barry Carroll.
As slapstick escapism goes, this is well-engineered stuff, though it could have been so much better and more believable with a bit more heart. Brian D. Johnson of Maclean's Magazine.
Dick Johnson.
Taking no chances. The makers of the sequel have manufactured a remarkably close facsimile of the original movie, even duplicating some of the jokes. But Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is an improved, more luxurious model.
No.
David Anson of Newsweek.
What I do, what do it up, because it's Ensign, see, in it. Ensign.
Why did you go Ensign, see, in it?
Because it's Ensign, because it's someone from Britain. Can't say the H.
Let's face it, Culkin's self-reliant suburban warrior has entered a whole generation's pop mythology. He's their knight in shining parka, safely beyond criticism.
Suburban commando.
Look out for him getting criticized today, folks. He's already been criticized.
User Charlie C, 5 out of 5.
Charlie.
It is spelled Charleigh. Charlie.
Whoa.
Watching this film brings me back to the innocence of childhood when things were carefree and simple. Best Christmas vibes in New York.
No.
User Tejas W, 5 out of 5.
Where are you from? I'm from Tejas.
Don't mess with Tejas.
Mess with Zohan.
I hope all the critics who reviewed this movie with a bad score end up in the hands of Kevin and his devious traps.
So we've established that he's absolutely a maniacal villain.
Bro could wipe out the entire critic population of North and South America single-handedly. Perhaps if we add Oceania, he could handle that too. Good movie.
Bizarre.
Last one, user Samuel B, 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Samuel B. 4.5 out of 5 stars.
I haven't done that in a while.
I know.
I love this movie. Gave me an accurate impression of being lost in New York. Very helpful and informative. However, I think I saw one of the actors in a mugshot, not swag.
Lord giveth and Lord taketh away.
We'll get Amin's first note, May's first note, and my first note after these messages. Unless you subscribe to that Patreon, patreon.com/countthedings. You get an ad-free episode right now. Oh, listener, Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in over 30 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Also, they invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks now offers Venmo for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this sports season. Little advice, Derrick Henry, you want to go more on yards. Probably more on touchdowns as well. Justin Jefferson, more on yards. Make sure you're getting those picks in. You sign up today. You get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive that $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Download the app today and use code DING, that's D-I-N-G, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use the code DING, D-I-N-G, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Hey, listener. Happy holidays. It's Zach Harper from Cinephobe. We ascertain things. Here's what you should ascertain. The holidays are an amazing time to find out you actually don't know what people in your life really want. If you want to get them something practical, they probably already have it. Most people just buy themselves whatever they want these days. My go-to, something they could use every single day and could use multiples of. I know I have multiples and it has come in very handy. It's Raycon's Everyday Earbuds. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds are a must-have for any audio lover. You love music? You love podcasts? You love music and podcasts? Make that amazing holiday gift for anybody on your nice list, the Raycon Everyday Earbuds. You know what? Do it for the naughty list too. Everyone should have these. Naughty, nice, doesn't matter. They already have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews online, and their latest model is better than ever with a 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. That's right. You can share that audio love. You can have multiple people listening to Cinephobe. What a great idea. Raycons start at just half the price as other premium audio brands. You know what that means when you're shopping for multiple people. 2 gifts for the price of 1. Save big for the holidays and get up to 25% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/cinephobe. That's right. You'll get up to 25% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/cinephobe, buyraycon.com/cinephobe.
Hello, listener. It's your favorite Butcher Turn podcast producer, Mayes, here to talk to you about ButcherBox. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the holiday season, which means you've got Thanksgivings, Friendsgivings, Christmas dinners, potlucks. You've got family in town for the holidays. And that means more trips to the grocery store, more food in the house, more snacks. Well, if you've got ButcherBox, it'll bring you peace of mind, knowing that you have high-quality meat and seafood you can trust, delivered right to your doorstep, free shipping always. Keep that fridge and freezer full with a variety of high-quality cuts at an amazing value. And you know what everybody loves? Steak. And if you sign up at butcherbox.com/dings, new users that sign up for ButcherBox will receive their choice of 2 10-ounce ribeyes, 2 6-ounce filet mignons, or 2 10-ounce New York strips free in every box for a year. That is the highest quality steak you can get. So use code DINGS at checkout and get an additional $20 off your first box. That's butcherbox.com/dings and use code DINGS, DINGS, to choose your free for a year offer, plus get $20 off your first order.
Hey, listener, can you name every single subscription you have? I know I couldn't name all of mine before I got Rocket Money. And I'm not alone. You're not alone. Just learned that over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. But with Rocket Money, you don't have to remember every subscription or worry about forgetting any, because you can see them all laid out right in front of you. I got the app. I signed up. It's legitimately great. I seriously had like 5 subscriptions I did not know were still ongoing, and they make it super easy to cancel them. Canceled all those ones I didn't need. It also helps you track what's coming in, what's coming out, what you typically do. They will remind you, hey, you got a big bill coming up. That car payment coming up next week. Make sure you're prepared for it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. It actually let me know. They said, hey, we think you're paying too much for car insurance. I said, I agree. It's ridiculous out here. I don't even get in wrecks. I don't get tickets. It's fantastic. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subs by going to rocketmoney.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's rocketmoney.com/dings. Rocketmoney.com/dings. Amin, what is your first note?
There are a lot of Home Alone sequels. I don't know if you guys know this.
Ooh, not where I thought that was going when you started that sentence.
The one that confounds me the most.
Isn't there 3 of them?
No, there's a lot.
There was one that came out 2 years ago?
Yeah. They're still making Home Alones.
What?
The one that confounds me the most is there's a Home Alone called The Holiday Heist.
Zach already picked it.
Aren't they all?
Home Sweet Home Alone.
Then there's a Home Alone called Kevin's Revenge. And I said, aren't they all? Isn't he exacting revenge every single time?
The first one could be Kevin's Avenge. They're trying to break into his home and everything. After this one,
he's out for blood.
Yeah, he is out for blood.
That should be a title. Home Alone, Out for Blood.
Rambo tries to break into his house.
Yeah, Home Alone 3 has Scarlett Johansson in it.
What? She had to have been a kid, right?
Easy, Zach.
That's not, what are you talking? I was like, oh, she had to be a kid. I was like, that was very informative.
Okay.
Home Alone 4 with French Stewart.
He has to be a diddler in that movie.
Home Alone, The Holiday Heist with Debbie Mazar from Batman Forever. And yes, Home Sweet Home Alone 2021.
Ellie Kemper, I just saw.
Straight to Disney Plus.
Wow.
Guess who's back in that one? Devin Rattray.
Oh, Buzz
McAllister.
Okay. Maze, what's your first note?
Kevin McAllister is a future podcast producer. He's recording his own drops. He's seamlessly editing on the fly using a Talkboy tape recorder. Made me proud.
I wonder how many Talkboys they sold because of this movie.
Well, they didn't sell any because of any other reason, because it was made because of this movie.
I know, but I always wanted one.
Yeah, they probably sold a shitload.
I assumed it worked exactly like it did in the movie.
Perfect audio. Hit rewind for 2 seconds and it would immediately queue up to exactly the place you wanted it.
Right where you need. Yeah. Is this one of the best movie scores ever? Because that music puts me right in the mood for Home Alone.
John Williams.
And now that brings me back to Zach's point that 28 sounds a little light, now that I think about it.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Written by John Hughes, directed by Christopher Columbus, and this is a sequel, so everybody knows the concept makes money.
Unless they got points on the back end. Maybe that was it.
John Williams does the score.
Blue House icon gets dropped into an NYC skyline as the credits roll. Once again, it's Christmas time with a full house at the McAllisters, and it's chaos.
So this house, I wish I could find the original TikTok where the guy looks up houses from TV shows and movies and then compares it to what the owners are supposed to do for a living and figures out what the mortgage would have been and could they afford it or not. I did the closest I could do. Average annual income that you would have needed to afford this home in 1992 would have been $300,000, which is about $725K now. They're loaded.
It's on Zillow for $5 million.
That's not bad.
A 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom house in Winnetka, Illinois.
Oh, let's see. Everyone's yelling, giving orders, lots of questions about bikinis, golf balls, nude beaches. I would think they'd skip the trip for this year. Or is this like the day after 9/11 would have been the safest time to fly a plane?
Oh, well, it was the safest time, But flip side, everyone experienced 9/11.
But I'm just saying for the McAllisters, they're just back at it.
So the idea is that because last year was so disastrous, there's no way we're going to fuck this one up?
You stay home.
Oh, no, yeah, you stay home.
I think if you have a family of 7, and especially if you're bringing in Uncle Frank's bum ass and his 5 kids, you are not traveling, period.
We have a real battle of Uncle Frank's and Cinephobe lore.
No.
Yes.
There's no battle.
Absolutely.
It's a demolition.
CT5 uncles, it's a battle.
There's one Uncle Frank, and that's Jeffrey Lewis from Double Impact. That's my Uncle Frank.
I don't know. We got that Uncle Frank. We got this Uncle Frank. We got a couple of goddamn Uncle Frank. You know, we got a lot of uncles in this.
Whoa.
I didn't finish that line.
Yeah, you kind of led it all the way up to the...
I just hit that T. You could have been anything.
Okay.
Uncle Tomorrow's.
Clip it, Maze. Cut it right back.
One of the girls says she doesn't care if she ages like an old suitcase. She's getting toasted. That's 20 CB.
Yes. But also, Maze, I need you to clip in the scene from Heartbreak Kid.
This is mineral oil.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna need sunblock down here.
No, you gotta use oil if you want to get savage.
Babe, I'm telling you, the sun's really strong down here. You need like a 30 or a 35. I got some.
The sun is the sun, Eddie.
Buzz calls his sister a skag?
That felt like a slur.
Absolutely sounded like a slur. Also, we get the classic 20 CB trope of everyone walking in different directions and somehow keeping the conversation going, despite it involving about 8 people.
Great blocking inside this McAllister house.
Fuller's drinking some carefully placed Coca-Cola product. Dad says easy on the fluids. Rubber sheets are packed. Rubber sheets, 20 CB?
Nope. Still a thing if you got...
As a joke, though. I don't feel like we get those jokes anymore in TV and movies.
We don't get a lot of bedwetting jokes anymore.
Kevin's watching a game show, recording the audio with his talk boy. The audio recordings are flawless.
Podcast production.
This technology is how movies in the 80s thought flying cars would be. They're perfect products to have.
Well, it's not just this. We'll talk about some other products later in the movie. But him recording all of his own sounds and then repurposing them later is very Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
And obviously, John Hughes had a mind for this type of stuff, using sounds to trick people and things.
So John Hughes is the podcast producer.
See, I've got Kevin McAllister becoming Harry Styles in Don't Worry, Darling, but not in the reality that was created.
CD5 podcast producers.
Chekhov's inflatable clown to play with in the pool gets presented to Kevin. He wants to know why Florida, because there are no Christmas trees in Florida. Can't have Christmas without a tree.
Plaza Hotel commercial during the game show. Kevin records it.
Wonder if that'll come back.
Might need that drop for later.
Dad unplugs an outlet. The alarm clock resets to 12 and I guess never ticks again.
It blinks.
That's not really how that works.
Chekhov's alarm clock.
Tells Kevin to put his tie on. He says he can't. The tie's in the bathroom and Uncle Frank is taking a shower.
He says if I walked in there and saw him naked, I'd grow up never feeling like a real man.
Whatever that means.
Look at this photograph.
Oh.
This is the look of parents thinking, oh no, his uncle might be a diddler.
Maze, I need you to clip in Charlie's Uncle Jack talking about art.
The government of today has no right telling us how to live our lives because the government of 200 years ago already did.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They also protected us from tyranny against the seizure of tasteful artistic photographs of beautiful bodies.
Not now, Jack.
That same government wants to come into our home, tell us what is and what is not art.
Do they say, you know what? Worry about your tie later?
No.
Do they say, I'll go get it?
No.
They send them all the way in there.
Don't look at anything.
Keep your eyes closed. Lay back and enjoy it.
Oh.
Like Bobby Knight said once upon a time.
Uncle Frank's singing in the shower. Kevin decides to record it.
He's singing Cool Jerk by the Capitals.
Get out of here, you nosy little pervert, or I'm going to slap you silly.
With what, Uncle Frank?
I warned you, Susan.
20 CB shower curtain?
It's so clear.
It's 20 CB. The 20 CB shower curtains are like that.
Yeah.
So he saw everything, basically.
Of course.
Do we think Uncle Frank has a norm-sized hog?
Oh, I think Uncle Frank is packing. You don't have that kind of leech confidence if you're not packing a hog.
I think it's a combination of that and then the parents'
combination.
Yeah.
Cut to the school Christmas pageant.
St. Gerard's.
School choir's singing. Entire family is in the choir. Buzz is going to fuck with Kevin. All the parents start passing along that Kevin's solo's coming up. Frank is asleep from diddling.
The choir is basically just their fucking family.
That's all it is.
And Kate Hudson.
Somewhere, she claims. We're calling her a liar, right? We don't believe her.
Of course.
No, I believe it.
I saw her sing in You, Me, and Dupree, and it's one of the worst scenes in movie history.
Pick it, you coward. Kate Hudson singing Daisy Chain.
Oh, there you go.
As Kevin is singing, the crowd starts laughing because Buzz is lighting up his ears with the candle lights. And look at this photograph.
This laughter is so over the top.
Uncle Frank fucking loves this.
Everyone fucking loves it.
This is Amin watching one of us fuck up a word.
Or you two at the beginning of this podcast.
Kevin finally notices Buzz is fake drumming on his head.
Buzz is ass off, by the way.
Oh, he's so good.
Everything that Buzz is doing, elite level ass off.
Kevin turns around.
He pushes Buzz. It causes everybody to fall except for Kevin.
They go down like dominoes.
Everybody?
This whole scene, Sean Astin digging a pool. What's going on here?
That's digging the pool?
Cardboard tree falls down, knocks the pianist off the bench, ass over tea kettle.
Great stuntman in a wig doing the topple.
I wish I had taken a picture. It's Harold Ramis. R.I.P.
I choose to believe it's a lady.
It's a man.
It's Austin Powers. That's a man, baby.
She did her own stunts.
Mom yells Kevin and we're back home. Buzz addressing the jury, aka his family.
Can an apology be taken seriously if you start with ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
No.
There's no part of this apology that's sincere, right?
No, he's a CT5 worst liar, Buzz.
But they all ate it up.
Because this family sucks.
This family is CT5 worst family.
They are terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I thought he was going to try to defend himself. Then it's the preamble to the apology, and I'm like, well, surely we're not going to take it seriously. He started with this huge sarcastic openings.
Playing him like a fiddle.
To the point where he got applause for his apology? Did they forget what they were there for?
He'd like to apologize for whatever displeasure he might have caused you. Kevin doesn't believe it. His prank was immature and ill-timed.
This little sociopath has nothing but anger. That's the only emotion he feels.
Uncle Frank says, immature or not, it was pretty gall-darn hilarious.
Kevin is squinting and pouting, but I need to call your guys' attention to Kieran Culkin's outfit.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Every single one of these Home Alones, he's always dressed like an asshole.
This is a Mr. Steal Your Girl outfit for Kieran Culkin.
For sure.
He shows up dressed like this, little bow tie and the huge circle glasses. Come on.
You're toast. You also like to apologize to Kevin. He's sorry. Mom loves the apology. They clap as Amin said. She wants Kevin to apologize. He scans the room. Everyone is mean mugging him. He looks at Buzz, who walks up and says, beat that, you little trout sniffer. Buzz, ass off.
Ass off for Buzz, but is trout sniffer an ope?
I think it means pussy.
Trout means, but not trout sniffer.
We're talking about suburban Chicago vernacular, trying to make it family friendly, but still saying.
There's a lot of attempts to make it family friendly, but still saying stuff in this movie. Dare I say that's a horseman?
Family friendly? Absolutely.
I'm not sorry. I did what I did because Buzz humiliated me. And since he gets away with everything, I'll let him have it. And since you're also stupid to believe his lies, I don't care if your idiotic Florida trip gets wrecked or not. Who wants to spend Christmas in a tropical climate anyway?
They threaten he'll have to sleep on the third floor with Kieran the bed pisser.
Uncle Frank, your dad's paying good money for it. This trip. Don't ruin it.
Oh, yeah.
He mocks his uncle for being a cheapskate and walks out.
Buzz sits back, and I know he's being a dick, but he says, that is a troubled young man there. And I said, he's right.
Yes.
Kevin is a troubled young man. I'm going to take a 20 CB leap of faith here and assume after the traumatic experience of last Christmas, there was zero therapy or anything.
Zero. They probably yelled at him.
Deal with it.
They probably made him do chores for all the things he fucked up in the house.
Dude, he destroyed that house.
Kevin's in bed on the third floor. Mom comes to talk.
With his tie on.
He's always dressed like a psychopath. She reminds everybody of the last movie when they had the problem that was just like this to start.
Yeah. Remember that?
He says, yeah, with me getting crapped on.
I don't care for your choice of words.
Buzz called him a trout sniffer. She says he can come down when he apologizes. He'd rather kiss a toilet seat.
Apologizes to Buzz.
Well, Buzz apologized to me.
And this sociopath says, I can't trust this family.
If I had my own money, I'd go on my own vacation alone, and I'd have the most fun in my whole life.
She says, well, you got your wish last year. Maybe you'll get it this year. That's a bad mom.
Apple doesn't far fall from the tree.
I said, this kid needs to get smacked. We get some newspapers position.
A gust of wind blows the newspaper up the stairs.
Is that death? Repeat offender, death?
Anytime a gust of wind does anything with intent.
We get the big news that Coach K Bobby Knight and John Thompson are power brokers in college basketball.
Bobby Knight, lay back and take it.
And that Bulls win was no beauty.
Yep, knew you guys would talk about that.
And the Wet Bandits escaped during a prison riot.
Airport Express vans pull up, obliterate a brass lawn jockey out front.
Oh, recurring bit, and also an ope.
Alarm clock blinking, ding dong. Parents leap out of bed. We did it again.
Break the fourth wall.
This was my Sean Astin. Not that they did it again. That the one alarm clock was the only thing separating this family from making it to the airport on time or oversleeping. The whole rest of the house, not Uncle Frank, not any of these snot-ass kids.
Fuck Uncle Frank, who bitches about the worst Galdern wake-up calls. You're an adult, Uncle Frank.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We're waiting for your brother to wake you up with a wake-up call?
But I am Team Uncle Frank, so.
Are you?
What does that mean?
I don't know if you want to be on that team.
Yeah, what team is that?
I like that he's mooching off his family and proud of it. Openly mooching.
Your team permanent renter? Is that what team you are?
Absolutely.
I have reason to believe that none of the McAllisters earned their money. This is all inherited.
You think it's family money?
I think this is family money.
They do operate like they have no consequences.
I don't want to jump ahead too far, but Rob McAllister in New York, I did the Zillow on that one too.
Oh.
And let me tell you, them motherfuckers are living large.
Auntie hands out all the printed tickets, 14 total. It's chaos to scramble to get ready. We think she forgot Kevin again, but film noir. He snuck into the front seat. Gotcha. It's a good thing I have my own ticket, just in case you guys try to ditch me.
Actual paper tickets.
Oh, what a time.
No QR codes, no screenshots.
If you lost it or later on in the movie gets torn up,
you're toast.
You're fucked. Oh, well, they're giving that seat away.
Kevin takes his dad's bag for the cash and the batteries for the talk boy. They're running through the airport. Kevin's falling behind.
Running through the worst airport in America.
Captain O'Hare.
Captain O'Hare, exactly. They shot it in O'Hare for real. That's from the trivia. Every time I fly through that godforsaken place, I always think of the McAllister family running through this crowded ass airport. They are booking it. There's no part where there's like the smaller ones. Let's look back and make sure that they're keeping up.
The only family that is as bad as this one is MVP Most Valuable Primate.
How about the Good Sons family?
That's a tough one, yeah.
They're derelict in duty.
Bad family, man.
The Home Alone family, there's so many of them.
The volume of bad family members is just insane.
There's freaking 14 people running through an airport.
So many children, though, and they don't give a fuck about the children.
7 of the kids don't even have lines.
Lines? Do they even have names? Do we know someone's name beyond Buzz?
McAllister.
We know Fuller. That's it. Yeah.
Here's a suggestion for the McAllister family. Everybody make it to the airport on their own fucking time.
That wouldn't work.
At the age of Ubers, what are you talking about?
Call a yellow cab or whatever. They got cab services.
No, it's so much better to have these vans set up. What are you talking about? This is 92.
This is the peak of air travel. Called the Airport Express van.
Okay. All right.
He gets lost when he stops to go for batteries.
Well, he's got to produce podcasts, Zach. He can't be traveling without his production ability.
He follows a guy who's dressed the exact same as his dad.
And same haircut, too.
No, he's not. He's just wearing the same fucking coat. And he's not the same height.
Oh, he's got a scarf. Same scarf.
And same hair.
Goes the wrong concourse. Family barely makes the flight. Gate attendants say they'll get everybody on.
They're urging mom to board. She is doing a horseman in this movie, which is looking concerned and shocked and gasping.
I would call it fake parenting.
That's like fake hustle?
Fake hustling across the crosswalk.
Lot of fake hustle, yep.
She just wants to get to Miami and get dick down. That's what she wants.
Is she getting dick down? I don't think she is.
I'm not saying by her husband.
Oh, okay. All right. Now you got me. I don't think Mr. McAllister's doing any of that dicking down. Uncle Frank?
Oh. Family barely makes the flight. Kevin gets to the wrong gate, runs into the ticket lady.
This is classic.
Tickets go everywhere. She just lets him on.
Well, yeah, you can't go through all those papers. What are we made of time here? We got to shut this door.
Was 1992
yes.
when all flights were on time? Nothing got delayed? It's O'Hare.
It's 1992. We don't care if you have a ticket or not. We don't care what seat you sit in. Go find one.
That's the other one. Find an empty seat. What is this, Southwest?
The guy at the gate tells the gate agent, make sure he finds his family. We're not just allowing him on his plane. He actually gives her the responsibility of making sure this kid's family's on the plane. She's the one that fails when he says, that's my dad over there. And she takes his word for it.
Yeah.
And then says, find an empty seat, which I found to be delightful. But then I thought about it. If you were the last person on the plane, then technically any empty seat could be yours.
If you don't have your ticket because you lost it, your boarding pass, so you don't know what seat you're supposed to be in, sure.
20 CB for the plane, by the way, with the movie screen in the front.
Also, tray tables, luggage stowed. We've got plot liftoff.
Yeah, for sure. It's in this whole area.
Yeah.
I had it when we see the radar shot of the two planes going separate directions.
Sure, yeah.
But literally anywhere from when he gets on the plane, they're separated. It's happening.
Seatbelts fastened. Tray tables in an upright position. Here we go.
He starts talking to a French diddler who's talking way too much to a child he doesn't know.
Yeah.
All in French. He's wondering if Kevin speaks French because he doesn't speak English. He asks for recommendations on restaurants.
It's a 9-year-old.
That's a diddler.
Of course.
That is diddling 101. Treat the kid as a peer because everyone else treats him like a kid.
He's a diddlier. It's French for diddler.
Didier Duchamp.
Charles Didlaw.
Oh.
Well, Didier is a French name.
Pete Didier.
Let that hang in the air for a minute.
All right. His parents never check to see that their child is okay on the flight.
Nope.
No head counts.
You don't get up and walk the aisles like, hey, where's the child we left last year?
No, they're in first class. That's not their problem.
That's the diabolical part. The adults sit in first class and just assume those assholes back there are fine.
CT5 worst parents.
Hey, Uncle Frank ain't exactly immune either. Him and his wife are at the row right behind him.
He's just trying to get champagne. His kids are there. What are you talking about? His kids are on the flight.
I don't know who's worse. These parents or the good son parents. Both pretty bad, man.
It's these parents. This happened a year ago.
For sure.
Same thing.
Well, they got him to the airport. They know they got him to the airport. That's better.
All right, progress.
Got through TSA.
Kevin fires up his talk boy, puts on his headphones, and listens to Yakety Yak.
Don't talk back. Clip it.
Take out the papers and the trash. Or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrap that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak. Don't talk back. Da 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 da.
I knew you were trouble the second I laid eyes on you.
Excuse me. I just have never heard this kind of music before.
Doesn't hear they're going to New York. His parents, don't ever check. Mom has that feeling. Dad calls it just a bad memory. Nothing to worry about. We see the planes split off on the radar. Plane lands in New York. Kevin can't find his family. He's calling out for them. Nothing there.
Meanwhile, in Miami, it's the Glimmer Man. Constant, thunderous storm and rain.
So much rain.
You mean to tell me they got to Miami, they saw nothing, then a glimmer, then
they went down to baggage claim.
This bag is Kevin's. Hand this to Kevin. Hand this to Kevin.
Assembly line all the way down.
You notice when they try to hand it to Uncle Frank said, I ain't touching that shit.
And Buzz isn't interested either.
Goes all the way to Kieran. Only then does Kieran realize there's no Kevin. Says Kevin's not here. That gets telephoned back down the line. Mom says Kevin's not here. Doesn't realize. Laughs. Yells, Kevin! And then faints.
That's the trailer right there.
CT5 worst mom, but also golden dumpster with the Kevin.
Ass off.
That's iconic, right? That is one of the iconic scenes in movie history.
Kevin looks at the city skyline. Did you guys notice a repeat offender?
I sure fucking did.
I mean, did you? The Pepsi sign?
From Madam Werb.
Of course.
Oh, I kind of feel like he's lying.
No, I'm not. It's in my notes.
Okay.
The murderer.
So this movie has both Coke and Pepsi product placement?
It has both Coke and Pepsi, and there's more on that in the trivia.
There's a file for Amin.
Well, it gets even better, because then I was looking up the Pepsi sign, because I was curious now. The Pepsi sign was moved in the mid-2000s, and that might be why Madam Werb was set in 2003, was to have the Pepsi sign in its original location.
Oh, okay. That was the continuity they were worried about.
Yep.
So the in-universe explanation of why the Pepsi sign changed positions in Madam Werb's universe, don't laugh, man. I try to power through it. The in-universe, I'm the one that's like, I'm Uncle Frank, right? Go ahead and hit yourself with it. The in-universe explanation for Madam Web is that The sign fell and killed somebody, and so when they erected the new sign, they put it in a different spot.
Oh.
Yeah.
He realizes he's in New York City. He asks Ali Sheedy.
Yep.
What city is out the window? That's New York, sir. Yikes, I did it again.
He gasps all over again and whispers, yikes, I did it again.
She's a bad adult.
No, she's not.
This kid's by himself.
She's busy, man. She ain't got time for this bullshit.
He walks off. He sits down. Oh, no, my family's in Florida and I'm in New York. Then he repeats it, breaks the fourth wall.
He raises his eyebrows like the little mischievous shit that he is.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Look, supercharge this.
Oh, no.
The Culkins all look on some level, right?
Whoa!
Look at their eyes, man. That is...
Jesus.
I held it in for too long during The Good Son when the stupid-ass daughter, I wasn't sure. But now I'm just going to come out and say it.
I'm pretty sure you called her that often in that episode.
Yeah, I'm sure you called her that.
I don't know if you held it in.
Wait to see.
That was means restraint.
Hey, he's taking a taxi into the city.
Taxi across the Queensboro Bridge. He's leaning out the window. Time for a New York City Christmas montage.
Radio City Music Hall. Santa on stilts.
This song is All Alone on Christmas by Steve Van Zandt, an original song for the movie.
The cold wind is blowing and the streets are getting dark. I'm writing you a letter and I don't know where to start. The bells will be ringing, St. John will be fine. I get a little lonely every year around this time. The music plays all night in Little Italy. The lights will be going up the whole Rockefeller tree. People window shopping on Fifth Avenue. All I want for Christmas is you. I've gotta know where the lonely hearts go. Nobody ought to be all alone on Christmas.
Buys fireworks in Chinatown. Shout out to Juju.
Empire Diner.
Looks through a viewer at the Statue of Liberty. Oh,
What's he see, Zach?
Twin Towers.
Kevin's got a Polaroid Spectra system with sonar autofocus.
Shit.
Nice camera.
Huh, how about that?
Go with his talk boy.
What happened to the other bag? He had his backpack and his dad's backpack.
I wondered the same thing once he got to the hotel.
Guys,
Oh, boy.
this might possibly be the laziest note I've ever written in Cinephobe history. You ever have what is the seed of what could be really funny if it's well executed, and then you just give up and you say, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, I've tweeted a lot.
The next scene is he's on top of the Twin Towers, and I wrote, Kevin did 9/11. I was trying to build it, and I was like, fuck it, man. We're just going to say Kevin did 9/11 and leave it at that. There's something about girders and shit, and I was like, fuck it.
Gertie?
Don't be smart. Just Kevin did 9/11. Let's move on.
You have to tell yourself not to be smart. He's getting all around the city, isn't tired.
I know it's natural for you, but yeah, some of us have to.
How did he get on top of the Twin Towers?
By himself.
Yeah, there's no one up there.
He was the only one.
That's the weird part. Yeah, where is everyone else?
Well,
You know why?
he was scouting,
Exactly. Went in after hours.
doing recon.
There you go. I knew I brought the seed. We could water it together and watch it grow.
Why is it when we water something together, it's just us pissing on something? That's what it is.
Cross streams.
There's water in there.
All right. Parents are talking to the Miami cops, trying to find out when he went missing. She says this happened before, becoming a McAllister family tradition.
He asks, has the boy ever been in a situation where he's been on his own?
She immediately lies.
And this CT5 worst liar shakes her head no, and her husband gives her a look like,
yo,
come on.
The kid is missing.
Yeah.
We have to tell the truth here.
Funnily enough, we never lose our luggage.
They laugh. Knock on wood. Your child is missing.
The cop, no reaction.
Appropriate reaction by the cop to just stare at them.
She gives a brief synopsis of the last movie.
Cops will call Chicago. Very unlikely he'd be anywhere else. Cut back to New York.
Meatpacking district.
Fish market. Forklifts. In a fish truck. Behind boxes of stinky fish. Emerge the Wet Bandits.
Shredded squid in there?
Here we are, Marv. New York City. The land of opportunity. Smell that? Yeah. Know what it is?
Fish.
It's freedom.
No, it's fish.
It's freedom and it's money.
Okay, it's freedom. It's fish.
I call this wet banter.
Yep. Sure is.
I thought that would have been in disclosure.
Nope.
Coming out of the subway, one quick score, phony passports, foreign country.
Marv says, Arizona. And I said, wet banter.
Marv's hand is covered in tape, sticks his sticky hand into a coin bucket, steals from Santa Claus.
That's very smart, Marv. Bust out of jail, rob 14 cents from a Santa Claus.
Marv calls themselves the Sticky Bandits.
Kevin's walking through Central Park, sees the pigeon lady, sees the Plaza Hotel from the game show, notices the lady covered in pigeons and bird shit. She scares the fuck out of him.
Mounds of it.
Dramatic zoom on both of them.
He says, sick. He runs away. She's got to smell so bad.
Birds are shitting on her all day as she feeds them. And we talked about this before. Birds don't know when it's time to stop eating.
They'll keep going.
They just keep eating. So then they keep shitting, yeah.
They're at a crosswalk. Kevin's at the same one.
Can't wait to her backstory.
They're crossing paths. Kevin bumps shoulders with Harry, but doesn't notice. Harry thinks he recognized someone. Marv runs into a lady and his hand is stuck to her. He rips it off, looks. Pardonnez-moi, mon chéri.
I warned you, Susan. She slaps the shit out of him.
He's been in prison for a long time. This is the first attractive woman he's had an interaction with since the prison break. I'm not condoning what he did.
And yet, the next comment.
What I'm saying is, I understand. I don't condone it, but I understand the urges that he's going through there.
Cut to the Plaza Hotel.
What? Pardonnez-moi. Sorry, guys.
Kevin listens to the Plaza Hotel ad again. We see Trump. He gets the number.
That's on.
Tim Curry and Rob Schneider are working.
That's off.
The Plaza ad has a toll-free number. He makes a call from a payphone, but he's not making it yet. He's pre-recording it. Extra large bed, TV, and one of those little refrigerators you have to open with a key. Then he not the whole things it.
Not the whole thing.
By slowing down the recording.
This kid's a genius.
Phone operator takes the liberty of putting him in a suite.
Presidential suite.
Commission, baby.
Herbert Hoover stayed there.
I like that.
Upcharge.
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
Smells like upcharge in here.
This child
What's
is
upcharge?
He's a sociopath. That's a good one, Mace. Give yourself a...
What, does Zach?
I literally...
Why are you giving me credit?
Zach talking here. We just did an alley-oop and it means like great 3-point shot, Maze.
No.
All I did was I stood by the rim and tapped it in.
No.
And yes-anded it. And it's so foreign to you that you didn't recognize it at all. CT5 worst listener.
No, I mean, come on. Like, you guys glossed over something that was very important.
All right, what's important?
When he's impersonating his father, he says, "This is Peter McAllister, the father."
The father, yes.
I gave it a golden dumpster. I said, that's hilarious because to a 10-year-old...
To a 10-year-old, I'm huge.
He's trying to talk in big person words.
Yeah.
But he betrays himself by saying that, as well as extra large bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the bed sizes.
No.
Him trying to sound like an adult reminds me of, I think, my favorite episode of All Fantasy Everything, where they drafted words they think make them sound smart. And Zach Toscani, who's a hilarious comedian, his first pick was when he was a child, he thought the word basically made him sound smart. He would be like, I need to drink some water right now. Basically, I'm thirsty. And that's how Kevin McAllister is trying to sound like an adult.
He was giving exposition in real life.
Yeah.
This is great podcast production, though. He's incredible.
Oh, my God.
The thinking, the wherewithal, unheard of.
The cue up is impeccable.
No, he anticipates perfectly.
Tim Curry, the concierge, sees him walk up to the counter and is confused. Lady at the front desk looks at him dismissively when he asks for a reservation.
Ma'am, my feet are hardly touching the ground. I'm barely able to look over this counter. How can I make a reservation for a hotel room? Think about it. A kid going into a hotel, making a reservation? I don't think so.
I'm confused.
I'm traveling with my dad. He's on business. He's at a meeting. I hate meetings. Plus, I'm not allowed to go in. I can only sit in the lobby. That's boring. So my dad dropped me off here. Gave me his credit card and said whoever was checking people in to let me in the hotel room so I won't get into mischief. And ma'am, sometimes I do get into mischief. We all do.
This is expert level gaslighting once again.
He just good sunder.
But the way he describes his dad, you would think he was De Niro in The Fan.
This face he makes to sell it with the shrug.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
We all do. It's ridiculous.
We all do.
But it works. Hook, line, and sinker.
Miami cop says no sign of him in Chicago. He creepily asked for a recent photo. Dad realizes he doesn't have his wallet. Kevin had his bag and his wallet, credit cards, money. They're going to notify the credit card company. Mom says she doesn't think he even knows how to use one. Cut to it being swiped.
Whispers, wow, it worked.
Not being swiped.
With the carbon copy.
Previous Cinephobe.
20 CB.
A couple of times at Oakley, we would have to use that when the system was down.
When the system was down, yeah, I had to do that too when I worked on campus. The computer store.
What was her name? Her name was Mackenzie. British girl, I think. I don't know. She had a weird accent.
The accent takes it over the top.
Aluminium.
Yeah, she was she was aluminium, all right. But I tried to teach her how to use that thing.
Yeah, good luck.
Which is about as basic as it gets. She couldn't figure it out.
Nice. Made you feel big and strong, huh? Smart.
She didn't have a crush on me.
Did she?
Big time.
You consummate?
No, I was their assistant manager. I was an authority figure. I couldn't do it.
Well, then now you got to let her go.
No, you can't do that either. That's also sexual harassment.
What's the point of starting your own business? What's the point of being an assistant general manager if I can't do anything?
Curry tells Pompadour Schneider, a.k.a. Cedric, not to count his tips in public. Once Kevin investigated, the front desk lady needs Dad's signature upon arrival.
Dad!
Don't worry, they'll never ask for it again.
Tim Curry, Louis Pinnock, also possible talent scout for Child Diddling Ring.
Oh.
He's got a lot of interest in who this child is and why he's by himself.
Rob shows up to the room, tells him about Herbert Hoover staying there once. The vacuum guy?
No, the president.
That's a cheap one, guys.
It's not that nice of a room.
Well, the one they have later seems like it should be the presidential suite.
The one they have later is insane.
I mean, this one, it's got a living room. It's got the 4-poster bed.
I'm not saying it's a bad room. I'm just saying this is the Plaza Hotel. This is where the game show Ding Dong Diddley puts all of its guests up and everything.
That's not the name of the game show.
Well, it was whatever.
That's a different game show.
With your host, Obake Fix.
Combination.
Ding Dong Diddleen is what...
That's what Tim Curry is scouting for.
All right, he loves the huge bed. Rob's looking through the bag as Kevin looks around. He catches him looking at the tag. He pretends he's trying to put the key in the bag for him.
Do you know how the TV works? I'm 10 years old. TV is my life.
Makes a little money motion for a tip. Kevin gives him a stick of gum. Plenty more where that came from. Montage time.
Jingle Bell Rock plays as Kevin wears huge sandals to the pool.
How about TJ Ford shorts that he's got on?
Massive flared Plaza brand.
These are Patrick Swayze's billowy swim trunks.
All the old people are staring at him. Would it bother anyone if I worked on my cannonballs?
This is a diddling hotel.
They're looking at him like lions seeing like a baby gazelle that's injured. They're ready to pounce.
He jumps in, shorts come off.
Yikes.
Everyone claps.
And then they pounce.
Stack of Cinephobe VHSs on top of the symphonic VCR.
There's some porn.
Zach owns all of these. The Ventilator, Flybait, Muttville Massacre, and Angels with Even Filthier Souls.
Well, I've got Smuttville Massacre.
But in Spanish.
I've absolutely downloaded Angels with Even Filthier Souls on LimeWire.
I've got Flybait, but it's spelled B-A-T-E.
Oh. Kevin got room service, 3 cakes, and ice cream sundae. It's all desserts.
He has a guy making sundaes next to his bed. This is a diddling hotel.
This is exactly how you get them. You say, hey, you want a sundae? We'll make it in the room.
Yeah, just get on the bed.
And he crushes some sleeping pills in there, and that's it.
Oh, puts his hands back behind his head. This is a vacation. 2 scoops, sir? 2? Make it 3. I'm not driving. Totally a joke a child would make.
Exactly.
Clip it all, Maze. All the dialogue from the movie.
Ass off for Johnny.
You was here last night, too, wasn't you?
I was singing at the Blue Monkey last night.
She was not. She was smooching with your brother.
You was here. And you was smooching with my brother.
That's a dirty, rotten lie, Johnny.
Don't give me that. You've been smooching with everybody. Snuffy, Al, Leo, Little Mo with the gimpy leg, Cheeks, Boney Bob, Cliff. I could go on forever, baby.
You got me all wrong.
All right. I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't.
Johnny, you're the only duck in my pond.
Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
Baby, I'm over the moon for you.
You gotta do better than that.
If my love was an ocean, Lindy'd have to take 2 airplanes to get across it.
Maybe I'm off my hinges, but I believe you. That's why I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 to get your lousy, lying, low-down, 4-flushing carcass out my door.
She's rat bait.
1, 2... 3. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
Ass all the way off.
This is my golden dumpster.
Johnny, definitely someone who calls women broads, no?
Oh, absolutely. Dames at best.
Just cut it out, that's all. That's no way to talk to a dame.
I give him credit because in the first one he said, I'll count to 10. 1, 2, 10 and started shooting. This time he count to 3. And I was expecting him to say 1, 3 and start shooting. He counted all the way up to 3.
Well, he's even filthier.
Well,
an honest gangster.
Dishonest.
I thought she was the angel with the filthy soul because that's the LimeWire that I downloaded. See, the girls were the angels with the filthy souls.
Christmas lights on the Skitty Skyline. City Skyline. Skitty Skyline. That's interesting.
Skitty Skyline. That's a different video.
That was one of the girls in...
That's the best friend in Showgirls 2, Pennies from Heaven.
Skitty Skyline. And Penny Slot. Curry takes the elevator up to Kevin's room. He knocks, uses a German accent, pretends to be housekeeping.
Housekeeping?
Kevin turns off the light, runs to the bathroom, turns on the faucets. Seems a little early to be sneaking into the room without consent, but okay. Tim Curry makes a stank face when he sees all the desserts. He hears the shower, and then he sneaks into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Does he open the door and see, oh, someone's actually in the shower and turn away?
No.
He... the door.
He pulls a Kevin.
Stay there and stare.
Cucking.
Kevin plays his recording of Uncle Frank singing in the shower and does a silhouette puppet show with the inflatable clown.
What?
From the beginning of the movie.
What kind of speaker is on this talk boy?
This is the most Ferris Bueller moment of it all.
Holy shit.
This is exactly like Ferris having the thing in the bed tied to the door with the snoring and all that.
When does he set up a pulley system?
Or when he ran into the bathroom.
You got to get ready, Zach, if you stay ready.
He also blew it up real quick.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, guys, it was all set up. He knew at some point someone might walk in and decide to walk into the bathroom and decide to just stand there and stare at someone in the shower. So when that moment would happen, he was ready.
Not even close. He's been getting diddled by Two Scoops McGee over there. What are you talking about?
Put that in the intro. He's been getting diddled by Two Scoops McGee.
Now I have the FBI having the child diddling ring bulletin board.
There's a question mark with the silhouette of a face. Two Scoops McGee. All roads lead back to Two Scoops McGee at the Plaza Hotel.
So Tim Curry works for Two Scoops. Or they both work for someone else.
They both work for somebody else.
Who's the person at the top?
Mr. Duncan.
Matt Gates.
Oh.
I like your answer better.
He's puppeteering his ass off, and Kevin turns the clown in time for the nosy little pervert line. Expert timing. Curry's shocked, runs out of the room, smashes his knee into a side table.
By the way, kid, in the future, put a do not disturb sign on the door. They won't do that shit.
Or do the internal lock, the bolt.
Yeah, you don't have to do any of these measures.
Blinds.com Cyber Monday Last Chance is happening now. Don't miss out on up to 45% off site-wide. A Blinds.com design expert can help you make the perfect selection on your schedule. We can handle everything from measure to your whole home installed for one low cost. With over 25 million windows covered, Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Save up to 45% site-wide, plus a free professional measure right now at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Come to me. Focus Features invites you to succumb to the darkness. Nosferatu. From director Robert Eggers comes a masterpiece of horror. He is coming.
This creature is a force more powerful than evil. It is death itself.
Nosferatu. Rated R. Under 17nm without parent. Only in theaters Christmas Day. Special engagements in Dolby and IMAX.
When you listen to Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone, the comedy podcast, you learn stuff.
I've been learning to throw a boomerang, because this is the kind of thing that really gets the listeners engaged, you know.
Interviews with people who will make you smarter.
Does the amount that you learn protect you from cognitive decline?
Paula, don't that!
Can't people just listen to the show? Can't they just enjoy a delightful treehouse full of information? And I think I'm bleeding.
Join us and be a nobody.
Cut to rainy Miami.
Villa de Dolphine Motel.
Adult films, hourly rate.
Why are they at a porn hotel?
This super rich family that lives in a mansion and flies first class. They're staying at a place that charges by the hour.
At the motel from the Glimmer Man.
This is all Uncle Frank's doing.
Why is it Uncle Frank's doing?
Uncle Frank says something like, it didn't look this bad on our honeymoon.
Oh, he'd been there before.
So he has suggested this place.
That's where Uncle Frank went for his honeymoon? Come on, man.
He did pay for it.
By the hour.
Yeah.
So Peter, you get the flights, I'll get the hotel. I know the perfect place. We'll say where we stay to my honeymoon. That's what you're saying.
The Villa de Dauphine. Adult films, hourly rates. It's a fuck motel.
Sure is.
Kevin takes out his dad's address book. He finds Uncle Rob's address in New York. Wonder if this will come in handy. I'll drop in on him. They usually give pretty good presents.
Reaches in the bag, family photo in the wallet. Now he's having a moment, gets out of bed, goes to the window, looks at some buildings, sees this North Star decoration on a building off in the distance, says, "Goodnight, Mom." She's looking out the window in Miami. She says, "Goodnight, Kevin."
Yeah, this was nice transition editing right here. They're on opposite sides of the screen. It fades in, fades out. Sunrise over New York City. Knock on Kevin's door. It's Rob with iron drawers. Jeez, don't flash these babies around here. There could be girls on this floor.
This is 1000% a diddling ring. Also, that is a lot of starch.
So much starch.
It's like a board.
How is this kid getting into those drawers? Like, that's crazy.
It's not a question you want to ask, Zach. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. 2 scoops McGee. Take the question mark picture down.
Kevin says he wants a tip. Rob is still chewing the gum, which is weird. That was almost 12 hours ago.
Well, he didn't start chewing it right away.
Kevin holds up a wad of 50s. No tip? Okay. Shuts the door in his face.
Kevin's in the lobby now, makes eye contact with Tim Curry. He calls for Kevin, asks how he is this morning. Kevin says, "Is my transportation here? A limo and a pizza? Compliments of the Plaza Hotel?"
Yep. That's how you finesse those perks.
The dude walked in on someone in the shower and stood there like a complete creep. Even though there wasn't actually someone in the shower, we cannot...
Maybe he had heard about Uncle Frank's hog.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It is an attraction.
Hopes his father understands last night he was simply checking the room, make sure everything was in order. Dad was pretty mad. Dad! Didn't come all this way to New York to get his naked rear end spied on.
Nope. Curry wanted to apologize, but Dad already left. If some guy looked at you in the shower, would you ever want to see him again? Why would some guy be in the shower with you?
Why would your dad?
See, that's how it's done. Now, why don't you praise Zach for finishing that off, Amin? Why don't you give Zach some credit for finishing off the bid?
He never praises me for finishing something off.
Just a tap on the shoulder.
Curry checks on the credit card. Kevin walks out to the limo. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Rob gives him a steaming cheese pizza. He pours Coke in a champagne flute. He's watching The Grinch on a tiny pop-out square TV. And I need you guys.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
If this isn't the most snacky tuna photo of a kid drinking Coke in a champagne glass, eating a pizza in a limousine, I don't know what to tell you.
This is how Snacky feels when he gets that hot dog off that roller at 7-Eleven.
The last hot dog.
Yeah.
He puts the divider down. He picks up the phone. He calls the driver. He wants to go to a toy store. The Grinch smiles. I also like this transition. It transitions to Curry smiling grinchily.
Golden dumpster, ass off.
Ass off for Tim Curry. He looks exactly like the Grinch. And he's very happy because the credit card finally gets swiped and they realize...
Stolen.
Reported as stolen, which never happens on actual credit card machines. It just says declined.
Breaks the fourth wall.
Horseman.
And says, bingo.
Tim Curry movies, at least 2 out of 3 have bingo in it.
We should have a bingo supercut at some point, right? Of all the times people have said bingo.
Well, we've got your stuff in the intro. Your bingo.
Luckily, I've been recording all the bingos on my Talk Boy, so should be no problem to put that together.
Cut to the skating rink. Marv is skating. Harry's reading the paper, beating pigeons with it. Insane behavior in public.
Yeah.
Golden dumpster, him beating the shit out of this pigeon.
I love it.
That is insane behavior.
It's straight out of Goodfellas. They told him that he laughed funny.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's have a good shot.
He calls the skating Marv over to talk. Marv eats shit after stealing a scarf. They don't have the equipment for banks or jewelry stores as Marv steals mittens from a kid skating by. Actually wants to steal cash on hand from stores with moderate price goods. Ergo, what store is going to make the most cash on Christmas Eve that nobody's going to think to rob?
Candy store.
9-year-olds rob candy stores, Marv. This is what I had in mind. A toy store. It's totally different than a candy store.
Totally different, yeah.
How dare you bring up a candy store? That's fucking stupid, Marv.
Kids never steal from a toy store.
Wet banter.
There's nobody dumb enough to knock off a toy store on Christmas Eve. Oh, yes, there is.
You and me.
Points at themselves.
Got to the store. Kevin arrives in the limo, wishes himself a Merry Christmas. This toy store sucks. No Legos, no He-Man, no Ninja Turtles, no G.I. Joes, no video games.
Did you catch the name of the store?
Duncan's Toy Chest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had FOH Schwartz. I was very proud of that one.
Man, FAO Schwartz was a thing. It's not around anymore, right?
No. Did you ask if FAO Schwartz is around?
Didn't they have 2 locations, New York and San Francisco? That's it.
Yeah, the San Francisco one closed a while ago.
Zach Woolworths is also not with us anymore.
Woolworths? What about Oshkosh Bagosh?
In 2009, Toys R Us acquired FAO Schwartz. And then in 2015, it permanently closed the Fifth Avenue location.
Guys, it's all right. Toys R Us is here to save the day. They're never going out of business either.
No.
But they did get acquired in 2018, and they opened locations in Chicago, Beijing, London, and Dublin.
Dublin?
So it's back.
What kind of toys are they selling in Ireland?
Potatoes.
Maze clipping, hall pass.
So are you women from Ireland, perchance?
No.
Really? Huh. I'm very surprised to hear that news because when I look at you, my wiener doubles in size.
Oh, no. He means that his penis is Dublin. Yeah. Like the city in Ireland. It's Dublin.
He says, this is the greatest accident of my life. And I said, that's the same thing Queen Elizabeth said about Princess Di.
I thought you were going to say something about his mom said that.
Oh, no.
The Wet Bandits are hiding in toy houses. The plan is to wait in there.
Oh, wow. I thought Amin was going to mention that he was there when Princess Di crashed.
Wasn't relevant to the story.
Okay.
Big on relevance. It went out my nose, I threw up, and I almost peed on myself all at once.
Plan is to wait in there, then empty the registers.
It took me a strong 3 or 4 back and forths between Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci to realize these bingos were freezing every time someone walked by.
There's a Chris Columbus cameo with his daughter. The camera pans to Kevin. He's getting Monster soap, a Swiss Army knife, and a map of Manhattan.
Sociopath. He compliments the store clerk to disarm him.
Cashier asks if he's shopping alone. Kevin continues to lie to adults. Pays with his cash envelope. My, where did you get all that money? I have a lot of grandmothers. Well, that explains it.
I got a different sequence of events here. I said, an especially joyful, jolly diddler is running a register. Kevin has picked out possibly the worst toy in that shithole, which is the Monster soap.
Boy shorts.
Diddler asks if he's shopping alone. In New York, sir, I'm afraid of my own shadow. I was just checking for personal reasons. You ever do a photo shoot?
That's exactly how that conversation is going.
That thing's $23.75?
In 1990 something.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of fucking money. It's at least twice as much.
Probably the Swiss Army knife.
So now here's the best part. Starts talking about, well, take all the money that they make on Christmas Eve, all of it.
Yeah, this is your Sean Astin. This whole explanation.
No wonder FOH Schwartz is out of business, right?
They just leave it in the register overnight. They never close the register?
No. What's the point? Why?
They take all the cash, they go straight to the hospital, and they give them the cash. There's no accounting for how much money they made. There's no tax write-offs.
This is a diddling front.
Exactly. He says, why would he do that?
Why would your dad?
Well, he loves kids.
This entire dialogue is reading To Catch a Predator transcript.
Children bring him joy, as they do everyone who enjoys diddling children.
My next note after that line, it's insane how many diddling empires we've uncovered in this show.
I think it's all the same one. They're all connected.
Hockey.
And at the center of it all is Two Scoops McGee.
No,
he's just a soldier.
There's another level above him. Remember the end of The Wire season 2? Trying to find the Greek, and he's not even Greek or whatever?
Yeah.
Two Scoops McGee, not even the top. The top dog is right here, Duncan.
Mr. Duncan, yeah.
Kevin's going to give him another 20, says he has money from shoveling snow. The children's hospital probably needs it more than I do. Besides, I'm probably going to spend it on stuff that'll rot my teeth and my mind.
Mr. Duncan, look at this photograph, has never been hornier.
He pops.
He has never been hornier than this moment in his life.
He absolutely pops. Oh, that's sweet of you. That's him struggling to say the most non-threatening thing.
Just in case he's wearing a wire.
Points him to a tree, says he can select an object, suggests the turtle doves. You keep one and give the other one to a very special person. Turtle doves are a symbol of friendship.
Your little secret.
As long as each of you have your turtle dove, you'll be friends forever.
Message!
As he's walking out, he notices the painting of Mr. Duncan.
Bill Noir!
He looks back to the diddling register. Torture, he's gone.
It's the cashier, Clip Seinfeld.
You're a cashier.
But also, Kevin shakes it off and doesn't put it together.
Marv and Harry walk out right after Kevin does. Marv wants to go to Central Park Zoo. Harry notices Kevin and the name on the backpack.
Let me just say right now, in real life, the sticky bandits are making a sticky situation out of this.
So's Mr. Duncan.
Kevin is using the tiniest Swiss Army magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he's using it to look at small text or a map. No! He's using it to look at a drawing of New York. And he's holding it way out?
Way out.
What are you doing?
I just put this together. I hadn't thought about this before. Kevin is trying to look helpless. So then someone will come try to rescue him, diddle him, and then he's going to get them in his torture chamber. He's trapping.
Okay, this is interesting.
You've got him promising young womaning this thing?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He's doing it to catch a predator, but instead of being an actor who portrays a child,
it's just him,
which is what they use on To Catch a Predator. These are all adults.
He's using himself as bait.
But all to feed his immense appetite
for torture, murder, so that he can turn into the movie Hostel.
Sociopath.
The shadow forms on the map. It's the Sticky Bandits.
They grab him. Hiya, pal. Kevin screams at the top of his lungs, runs in the street. We've got a chase. He buys pearls from a street vendor.
Dr. Shakulu
rips the cord, spills the pearls all over the sidewalk. As they catch up to him, they immediately slip, fall on their backs after going airborne.
These idiots fall for the beads. Oh no, not the beads.
You bitches.
Not the beads.
Beads.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads?
Kevin gets to the plaza, sees Tim Curry waiting for him, smiling, asks for help. What's the matter? Stuart wouldn't take your stolen credit card?
Yep.
Rips it out of Kevin's jacket pocket. Let's see what the police have to say about this. Kevin escapes him by running into the hotel. Marv and Harry still chasing. Curry yells for Rob to stop him. He fails like he's trying to make somebody laugh in real life. The front desk woman stands in the way. He dives between her legs.
Like the climactic goal in MVP Most Valuable Primate.
Yep.
Slides right through into the elevator. All three employees collide.
Terrible goalie.
After getting clotheslined, slip and fall again. Landing square on your back is a horseman in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Slipping is a horseman.
Slip and fall, yeah.
Because the amount of distance they cover.
Slipstick.
It's slipstick. There you go.
That was my joke from the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, that was a callback.
Yeah.
From right now in the podcast.
But me gave you credit for it.
Good shit, Zach.
This is Zach here.
In the elevator. I've committed credit card fraud.
Is he Sussman?
This is the first time he's indicated anything that's even remotely close to guilt or culpability in what he's done. Or is it just because he got caught?
I think it's because he got caught,
No, it's because he got caught. Never mind.
He doesn't feel bad about it. He's just pointing it out to the audience. Oh, shucks, look what I did again.
Because he knew what he was doing the whole time. The amount of lying he's done to get to this point is that of only someone who is very firmly aware of right and wrong and just doesn't give a fuck. All the makings of a sociopath.
Gets to the room, raids the minibar for cookies. Those are probably $30 each.
Curry and company burst into the room. Kevin's got the movie queued up. Expert podcast producer that he is. The dialogue syncs up perfectly.
Perfect timing.
Curry thinks it's the angry dad again.
You was here and you was smooching with my brother.
Did you notice the Plaza Hotel security?
Mm-hmm.
These dudes are geriatric.
Oh, yeah.
Both of these guys are pushing 80 years old. This is their security team.
It's my boy Blue from Old School.
As the movie gangster starts listing all the people Curry smooched, including little Mo Dakhil with the gimpy leg.
With the gimpy leg.
Old security man shakes his head. Then he says, Cliff. The security guard gasps. Everybody looks at him. Cut to his name tag. Cliff. Cliff says, it's a lie.
I said,
Homophobia.
Gangster tells them to get down on their knees. They do.
Tim Curry's ass off. He looks around at everybody like, all right, guys, get down on the knees.
Kevin's laughing, loving this shit. He runs out the door. They all dive into the hallway. They're ducking to avoid Tommy gun fire.
Other hotel guests who are peering out of their hotel room see what's happening. Did you notice the last guy down the hall who has a hooker with him? I'm not making that up.
How could you tell?
First of all, she's scantily clad. Second of all, he's trying to kind of like, hey, let's get back in the room. Clearly, he's not comfortable with her being out in the hallway like that.
shouts that it's an emergency as he crawls to the elevator. Kevin mouths the catchphrase and sneaks into the fire escape.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Runs out the loading dock right into the bandits.
Convenient.
Pesci holds up his M-branded right hand. They catch him. They take his plane ticket. They mock him. They tear it up. American, don't fly to the promised land, little buddy.
We're tearing up the ticket. He's fucking cooked. You ain't going nowhere, kid.
Exposition that they spent 9 months in jail, but they're doing fine now. Exposition that their plan is to rob Duncan's toy store. Guess who's recording it on his talk boy? Kevin McPodcast producer.
Marv, you want to shut up? Same note too, bro. Why are you telling this kid everything?
Who cares? He's not going to tell anyone. Kevin looks up at them, then grabs a lady's ass ahead of him. It's the same broad with the earrings.
What are the odds?
Kid's not only a sociopath, he's a pervert as well.
She makes the shocked eyebrows up face, clobbers Marv. Kevin says Pesci did it. She clobbers Pesci. Double knockout.
She's got a good straight right.
I have a question about the actor playing this woman. She goes, afterward. And I realized earlier when she slapped him, she also made a noise. Does this mean she has a speaking role or she's still an extra?
Oh, that's tough.
Because the moment you say a word,
I think that counts as a speaking role.
I'm pretty sure in the cast, she is fashion model is her character name.
What a backstory. What?
Kevin runs into the park.
You never wonder?
He hides in the trunk on the back of a horse and carriage.
What does she model?
Marv and Harry run up.
Fashion.
Sees a field trip of kids.
Lingerie, maybe?
Starts pulling off their beanies.
Sears catalog action?
Should have shot him when we had the chance. I hate pulling a job knowing that little creep is on a loose.
What can he do? He's a kid. Kids are helpless.
Not this kid.
Yeah, but this time he doesn't have a house full of dangerous goodies to get us with. He's in the park. He's alone. Kids are scared of the park.
Yeah. Grown men come in the park and don't leave alive.
Yeah.
Good luck, little fella.
Why didn't they shoot him in that alley where no one was looking?
Right.
Where were they taking him?
To a subway tunnel. Put him in a fucking dumpster. A golden dumpster. They're also bingos.
Kevin pops out of the trunk on the back of the carriage. I want to go home. Mom, where are you?
He cries out for his terrible mother. McAllisters are watching It's a Wonderful Life in Spanish. It's still rating.
Louis Pinnock.
This is officially the worst Christmas I've ever seen. 13 people in one motel room watching a shitty movie on a 20 CB TV.
Not in English.
Spanish dub.
We don't know that they speak Spanish.
Ass off, by the way, for the voice actors.
Absolutely.
Ass all the way off.
They're in the lead.
I loved it. I was laughing my ass off this whole scene right here. I know that feeling. When you're so fucking bored, you'll do anything for entertainment. And that's what they're doing.
Oh.
They're just staring at it.
Phone rings. They found Kevin, New York City, Plaza Hotel, dad's credit card. She said her psychopath son isn't a troublemaker. All he's done in this movie is make trouble.
Mom says they're on the next flight to New York, and this is exactly like shipping 23 boxes in the movie 23. Do they all need to go?
Great question.
Send everybody else home.
It's Christmas.
Or stay in Miami.
Obviously, Miami sucks.
Although they come from money, right?
Yeah.
Some heir or heiress of whatever. I don't think this is their first time. They have to know they allowed my kid at the Plaza Hotel with my stolen credit card. We're going to Karen the hell out of them into getting free stuff.
That's what they end up doing. They get to the plaza, like, our son isn't here. Do they say, all right, fuck it, we got to leave? No, they stay and haggle for a nicer place.
Absolutely.
And I wondered, are these Carter's parents from Final Destination? Really don't give a shit about the kid.
I got to see if they dap up Kevin at the end.
Dad wonders if Kevin would go to his brother's place. Cut to Kevin walking up to Uncle Rob's place.
I've got the Zillow listing right here. $5.7 million for this 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 4,776 square foot brownstone walk-up in the Upper West Side of New York City, 51 West 95th Street. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing, not where it is, not the type of building it is. No parts of this is a cheap place to live. The McAllisters are fucking loaded.
$29,899 a month estimate. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's completely gutted. They're renovating it. And while they're renovating it, they're in Paris.
Yeah.
No big deal.
This is a generationally wealthy family.
Now he's walking the streets at night. Nothing but unhoused, nothing but crazies, nothing but hookers. It's all very ominous. Some unhoused fatty yells, "Watch it, kid," and then laughs like a psycho. The hookers ask if he's looking for someone to read a bedtime story. This isn't the city that never sleeps. It's the city that never stops diddling.
I thought that was weird because usually hookers in these movies are actually nice.
Yeah, these are evil hookers.
These are evil hookers. They work for Duncan.
They do. It's part of the ring. These are not your heart-conditioned hookers.
Do they answer directly to Duncan or to Two Scoops McGee?
Two Scoops, man. You think they have a direct line to Mr. Duncan? Duncan the Diddler? Get out of here. Calls for a taxi, gets in. Boy, it's scary out there. The driver has leprosy.
Ain't much better than here, kid.
He hops out, he runs in the park. This little bitch has to be freezing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the dead of winter.
Oh, you're calling Kevin a little. Yeah. I was like, what? There's another prostitute show up?
He unwraps his cookie, feeds some to a pigeon. More pigeons flock to him. Doesn't have enough for everybody. A pigeon slowly rises up behind the rock on the pigeon lady's head.
Oh, this kid has so many diseases now.
Kevin screams. He tries to run, but his foot is stuck. She reaches toward him ominously.
Dramatically.
But she's freeing his foot.
Obviously, this is following the same beats as the Shovel Man from the first Home Alone.
Wait, what?
This is 22 Jump Street.
No fucking way. This happened before?
The difference is we saw the Shovel Man so many times. There was a whole buildup.
Right.
We've seen this crazy broad once.
Yeah.
Once during the daytime. And now at night, all of a sudden, he's not quite as scared.
It's a little lazier.
Get the hell out of here.
Well, it's a small park.
He runs, then he thinks about it, comes back. He introduces himself, says the filthy pigeons she allows to be housed on her person are real nice. He's seen her before. He says at first she looked kind of scary, but now that he thinks about it, it's not so bad to be covered in flying rat shit.
They must be all over you because they like you.
Victim blaming.
He starts talking. Is this a Lewis Pinnock?
She's Irish.
In real life?
Yeah.
All right. Let it fly.
He wants to know if he's bothering her. She says no. He sees all the pigeons in the tree, he wants to know if they come back on their own. She walks up, asks for his hand, puts bird feed, says, they can hear it.
He tosses it up in the air. The pigeons swarm. It's cold out. He wants to go for a hot chocolate, offers to treat her.
The pigeons swarming? This is how Bruce Wayne became Batman.
Pigeon Man.
Pigeon Man.
Bird person.
I'll spoil it now. I did think of running back did you guys see the post-credit scene? It's when Nick Fury asked Pigeon Lady to join the Avengers.
You want to go someplace warm? She's unhoused, you dumb fuck. Yeah. She's not hanging out in Central Park at midnight covered in pigeon shit because she's got a mansion to go to.
Apparently she is.
Zach,
you fool.
I don't want to know but you here, but
she knows a place and it's Carnegie Hall. How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Bird shit.
You cover yourself in pigeon shit.
Lots and lots of bird shit. Oh my God.
This is absolutely insane.
They're in the ceiling.
He's between the lights in Carnegie Hall as the symphony orchestra plays "O Come All Ye Faithful."
I bet.
They're in a storage space with a bunch of old instruments and, of course, pigeons.
In Carnegie Hall.
She chose to be in a park when she has access to this?
Dude, that's what I was trying to tell you, man. Look.
What the fuck is Susan Boyle doing with her life?
Wow.
Like many of the unhoused who are dealing with mental illnesses, they're not homeless because they can't find a home.
Right.
They'd rather be out there and quote unquote be free.
She's heard all the greats here. Ella Fitzgerald, Count Basie, Frank Sinatra, Luciano Pavarotti. How long have you been unhoused?
How long has Carnegie Hall had this storage space unattended?
Nobody ever came up there. It's just a bunch of pigeon shit. No one wants to go up there.
This dumb fucking 9-year-old asks, you ever bring your friends up here? Oh, leprosy taxi man?
You're looking at them. It's all these fucking birds, bro.
I'm like the birds I care for. People pass me the street, they see me, and they try to ignore me. They prefer I wasn't part of their city.
Hello, exposition.
Now, to be fair, even the leprosy man has a job.
Dude.
He's a taxi driver.
She said they prefer I not be part of the city. I said, say no too, bro. I don't want you to be part of my city either. You're standing around covered in bird shit.
Kevin's rich suburban ass, heir of the whatever fucking factory, says it's sort of like that with my family. I'm kind of the bitch in the house because I'm the youngest. I'm losing my fucking mind. Yeah, I get sent to my room a lot. She doesn't have a room.
She does.
No, that's the attic of Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
She doesn't have that.
She's had it for decades.
It's breaking and entering. It's a crime.
She's had it since Ella Fitzgerald.
She saw Count Basie there, man.
She is trespassing.
We don't know that.
I do.
We don't have an explanation for this.
She says, I wasn't always like this, you know. He says, what were you like before? I said, bathed, housed? I don't know.
She had a job, a home, and a family. No kids. Wanted them. Got dumped. Broken heart.
Hello, exposition.
She's as barren as the judge in Half Past Dead.
He fell out of love with you because you're a fucking weirdo, lady. And so basically, because she had a bad breakup, not even like he cheated on me, he used to beat me, he had me addicted to substances. He just fell out of love with her. Her whole life fell apart. And my favorite part, look at this photograph. As she's unloading on a 9-year-old about her life, He's completely tapped out.
He could not give a fuck.
Sociopath.
He's waiting to talk about himself. That's all he's doing.
Glossing over everything.
She ran away from love. She stopped trusting people. No offense, but that seems like sort of a dumb thing to do.
You rich little shit.
She's got trust issues. Kevin makes excuses for people.
Clip this dumb fucking logic.
Maybe they're just too busy. Maybe they don't forget about you, but they forget to remember you. I don't think people mean to forget. I think it just happens. My grandfather says, my head wasn't screwed on, I'd leave it on the school bus.
And then clip in literally any moment in history that Terrence Howard has talked about math. Dealer's choice.
What we need is just a fertile ground in which to build this. Now, this is the geometry of hydrogen. Of hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
It's the same dumb logic.
This would probably be a bad time.
Oh boy.
For me to say, well, hold on now. Let's hear him out.
What?
And he said, people don't forget you. They just forget to remember you. And I said, oh my God.
That doesn't mean anything.
I feel like that happens to me. I haven't forgotten you. I just forgot to remember you.
Don't good son us.
So then he goes on and he starts to compare hearts to rollerblades.
I'm losing my fucking mind. He's comparing her broken heart that led to her being unhoused for decades to his rollerblades?
I'm just afraid if I do trust someone, I'll get my heart broken again.
I understand that. I used to have this really nice pair of rollerblades. I was afraid if I wore them, I'd wreck them. So I kept them in a box. And do you know what happened?
No.
I outgrew them. I never wore them once outside. I just wore them in my room a couple times.
A person's heart and a person's feelings are very different than skates.
Well, they're kind of the same thing. If you aren't going to use your heart, then what's the difference if it gets broken? If you just keep it to yourself, maybe it'll be like my rollerblades. When you do decide to try it, it won't be any good. You should take a chance. Got nothing to lose.
But a truth in there somewhere.
I think so. Your heart might still be broken, but it isn't gone. If it was gone, you wouldn't be this nice.
I'm doing the Tobias Buke. The pen to the tip of my tongue and thinking, that is a fire line, bro. I'm absolutely going to use this at some point.
This is one of the most insane conversations we've ever had in a movie.
And it goes on for so long.
Right after I typed that out, she said, it's been years since I've talked to somebody. Years?
Yeah.
Years.
Plural.
Pigeons. Pigeon life.
Here's my question for you. At any chance, at any age, you'd have a sit-down heart-to-heart with the pigeon lady?
Fuck no, I wouldn't do it now.
As a 9-year-old?
No.
12-year-old?
No.
18?
No.
Maze?
I don't know. If she lived above Carnegie Hall, yeah, I'd probably go check out a concert. It's a sweet hookup.
He says she's good at talking. Just wear an outfit that doesn't have pigeon poop on it. These are the only clothes she owns.
He says you're not boring. You don't mumble or spit when you talk. You should do it more often.
You should podcast.
And she's amused by this. I've been working hard at keeping people away, haven't I? Kevin, I always think I'll have a lot of fun alone, but when I'm alone, it isn't that much fun at all. I don't care how much people bug me sometimes. I'd rather be with somebody than by myself.
Message. Shit, am I Kevin McAllister? I had to look in the mirror. I'm like, how did this happen?
You are literally every Macaulay Culkin character in fucking Cinephobe history.
That was my plot lift off. I was like, well, hold on.
Amin and McAllister. Kevin's in trouble, done a lot of wrong things. But Pigeon Lady tells him a good deed erases a bad deed.
Message. Bad advice.
Kevin doesn't know if he'll have enough time, but don't worry. Good deeds count extra on Christmas Eve.
Not how the law works.
Think of the most important thing you can do for others and go do it. Follow the star in your heart.
The two most illogical people we've ever seen.
It's late, so he's got to get going. He leaves out the window? Where do you get in? What is this place?
It's Carnegie Hall.
It's platform 9 3/4. It doesn't exist. You can't see it. If you need somebody to trust, it can be me. I won't forget to remember you. Don't make promises you can't keep. She strokes a pigeon.
That's the green flag you've been looking for, little buddy. Hook, line, and sinker.
If I don't see you again, I hope everything turns out okay. She's unhoused and covered in pigeon shit. He cannot associate any of this stuff properly.
He sees the glinting star again, or the glimmering star. It turns out it's the children's hospital. He walks right over there.
There's a full moon.
Some kid with AIDS waves at him from a window.
Oh, boy.
Wow, Zach.
It's 92.
That's not a get out of jail free card on that. You can't just use that as a skeleton key. Come back to everything. It's a 20 CB.
That's why Zach wants a time machine to take him back to 1994, right?
That's here.
Now it's safe.
We hear an echo of the Duncan toy chest money and the bandits plan to rob it. Remember that?
There's a full moon above that star. Looked it up. Fun fact, there hasn't been a full moon on Christmas since 1977. They just made that shit up.
What an incredible waste of your time.
No, man, it's not.
Not a fun fact at all.
No.
It is a fun fact. You ever wonder?
No.
When was the last time we had a full moon on Christmas?
Never once in my life.
1977. I wondered it a lot.
You wondered it a lot? CT5 liar.
What?
You didn't think about it until this movie.
No way. I was thinking about it the other day.
Ass on right there, trying to react to what I just said.
Can mess with a lot of things, but you can't mess with kids on Christmas. Takes off running. It's 9 p.m. exactly. Running across town, runs back to Uncle Rob's house, climbs in through a demolition tube. All right. He draws Operation Ho 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 in bright colored markers all over some blueprints. This is way better than Tommy Lee Jones's dick drawing in Volcano.
Where did he get these blueprints? Where did he get the time to plan any of this?
He got them from Taffer. I'll get the coffee. Let's get to work. We got a lot of work to do.
Coffee, cappuccino, Java.
It's a full-blown booby-trapping montage.
And we're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage. Rocky had a montage.
Blowtorch, staple gun, monster soap on the floor, jumper cables to a sink. How much soap does this monster soap container have? Slicks up the base of the fire escape ladder, sets up paint cans and pyramids, pours flammable liquid into the toilet, sawing through a ladder, dangling a rope down multiple floors, dipping that rope in kerosene, moving huge boards around, walks out with a bucket and a plank.
There's no way this place isn't rat infested.
Oh my God.
They've got a tube going from the trash into the house.
I guarantee every spot in that brownstone has AIDS.
Mom shows up at the plaza. Curry offers her a complimentary suite with the park view. It's recently vacated by the Countess of Worcestershire.
Before that, the Duke of Sriracha. Before that, Paul Blart, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, wow. Is Paul Blart the Count of Monte Cristo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Lord Blart. Your chariot awaits, Lord Blart.
God, please give me a Paul Blart where he time travels back to the medieval times.
Paul Blart in King Arthur's court.
I couldn't pick that movie fast enough if that existed.
Don't say that too loud.
I'm going to speak it into existence.
Only if he gets faxed to the past and he brings his segue.
Fats to the past.
Fats to the past.
Oh, wow. CT5.
CT5 movie crossovers.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
After we do the end of year awards, that's what we're doing.
What kind of hotel allows a child to check in alone?
The boy had a very convincing story.
What kind of idiots do you have working here?
The finest in New York.
They wonder why they let him leave. He ran.
You've lost your child for 2 consecutive Christmases.
Well, she's foisting. This is an expert level foist here.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Now she has somebody to blame for this, so she's taking it out on them.
She too is a sociopath.
Our child is lost in one of the biggest cities in the world.
I love when he flips that back on her. To be fair, madam, your child's also one of the biggest cities in the world.
Pop's gonna go to the police station. Mom wants to run around New York City by herself. The way I'm feeling right now, no mugger or murderer would dare mess with me.
Mugger.
Murderer.
I'd like to update the CT5 hats.
Oh.
We're going to move Queen Latifah and Jonah Hill up. Crazy Legs is out. And the last OLI is Uncle Frank's news cap or whatever you want to call that type of hat.
Newsy hat? Yeah. When he starts saying there are hundreds of parasites out there armed to the teeth, she slaps the shit out of him.
I warned you, Susan.
A lot of slapping in this movie.
You bundle up. It's awfully cold outside. His lip quivers, he's ass off.
The booby trap montage took exactly 3 hours.
That's actually accurate.
Kevin approaches Duncan's toy chest. Security guard locks up. Wet bandits move from their toy houses, walk up to the register. There's a treasure chest full of cash as well. So Mr. Duncan left all the cash in the register, in the treasure chest, midnight on Christmas Eve.
It is a diddling front.
Kevin arrives, sees him through the window, sets up a seesaw. The bandits are spilling money all over the place. He knocks on the window and takes a photo of them with the Polaroid. Sorry, Kevin, that's not coming out. A flash photo at night through glass from 50 feet away with the Polaroid, not happening.
Not a chance.
To be fair, all that matters is that they believe it. Doesn't actually have to be real.
But we see it later and it looks great.
Right.
Kevin takes a brick with a note out of his pocket. This is it. No turning back. Another Christmas in the trenches. Tagline. Shatters the window. Alarm goes off. Bandits scramble after him. Pesci steps on the seesaw.
Why did he jump onto the seesaw?
Because it's right there. They set it up perfectly. And then instead of getting off, he turns around and Marv goes, no, wait. And Marv hops on it, launches him flying through the air. He obliterates this car roof.
Dog.
Broken back.
He gets launched like the fireman in Volcano.
Golden Dumpster, Marv saying, I twist my ankle a little bit on the board.
Yeah.
Kevin takes another picture, shouts, smile. Marv smiles. Mom goes to Uncle Rob's house and knocks on the door. Kevin's running through New York City. Mom hails a cab and leaves 5 seconds before Kevin runs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Great timing.
Just missed her.
He gets up on the roof. Marvin and Harry get to the house. He calls from above, takes another photo. I'm up here. Come and get me. Marv says, let's kill him. Harry gives him the reminder. Last time they underestimated him, he got busted. Marv says this isn't his house. He's running scared and has no plan.
Pesci wants to do the thinking. Marv obliges. Pesci shouts at Kevin that he wants to make a deal.
What kind of a deal?
Throw down your camera and we won't hurt you. Never hear from us again. Clearly doesn't understand how Polaroids work. There's no picture in the camera. It's printed out. Camera wouldn't do shit. Kevin tosses a brick, hits Marv square in the forehead. Okay, kid, you want to throw bricks? Go ahead. Throw another one.
He does. He dodges it.
Drills Marv again. Another one. Drills Marv again. From a third-story building. Bricks to the fucking face.
Marv is now Aaron Hernandez.
Oh.
There's no way he's taking that many bricks straight to the head after what happened to him last Christmas.
There's so much brain damage between these two.
Pesci thinks he's out of bricks. Marv mumbling incoherently, pointing. Dodges again. One more brick to the face. That did it. Nobody throws bricks at me and gets away with it.
Kevin's in the house. Marv gets up slowly.
Daniel Stern making crazy faces.
Doorknob on a string, lots of line. He keeps pulling it. He's pulling hard with the rope between his legs. It shoots him in the ass because it was attached to a staple gun.
Very understated yell for someone who got shot in the ass by a staple gun.
I think if it was a nail gun, it probably hurts more.
I thought it was a nail gun.
I did too, yeah.
Until he pulled it out.
Until he pulled it out.
I think a staple gun probably hurts, but not to where you're screaming like that.
But even if it was in your asshole?
Did it go into his asshole? I thought it just went into cheek.
That rope was pretty deep in between the crack. I watched.
Thank you for your service.
Gets one to the dick. He kneels down, gets one to the face.
Pesci finds the fire escape ladder, climbs up on a golden dumpster, jumps on the ladder, slips right off, falls on his back.
Green goo.
Cartoon sound effects as Marv pulls the staples out of his body.
Not a cartoon sound effect. That's a different kind of sound effect.
A hentai sound effect? What do you mean?
Oh, church that.
The Foley guy is getting paid overtime now for this scene.
Oh, yeah.
The sound effect for pulling out the staples. The sound effect for the bukkake.
There's no floor, so he steps through and face plants a solid 10-foot drop.
The sound effect of the cracking of the vertebrae when he falls face first into the thing.
Sounds like my TikTok chiropractor videos.
Pesci goes up some stairs. Kevin's right inside the door, kicks the door open, opens a bag of tools.
The sound effect of the falling of the wrenches when they hit.
Do you know how heavy those wrenches are? How much that would crack his cranium?
You have to throw it all out the window.
The internal bleeding alone.
Just about every single thing that happens to them would fully incapacitate them or kill them.
There are a minimum of 18 attempted murders in this scene.
That was the other question I had. If you were to be charged, do you get charged for every single one, or is it just 2 counts of attempted murder?
No, each one.
So every time he does something to one of them, that's another charge.
Yep, that's another charge.
Wow.
Put him up against Brian Mills in Taken 3. We've got a real felony off.
Brian Mills is more successful, though.
I would like to see Brian Mills try to break into a Kevin McAllister house.
Oh, crossover.
Movie crossovers.
What if Kevin McAllister grew up? What would he grow up to be? Antonio Banderas?
Oh, that's a good question.
He does like to chit-chat.
No, he'd be Death from Final Destination.
Oh, yeah.
They both like Rube Goldberg a lot, so.
Or Devin Sawa, either one.
Marv looks up. Wow, what a hole.
Oh. It's a big fucking hole.
Squints around the basement, sees the rope, walks right into the soap on the floor, skids around, eventually slips, falls on his back, slides into a shelf of paint. It falls on him.
I called Marv Jogato.
Pesci turns on the light, avoids the hole in the ground. Marv is completely covered in paint.
No, I'm afraid I just blew myself.
Got to be a better way to say that.
He goes over to a sink. Kevin turns on a generator hooked up to the handles. He's electrocuted in a way that would make him shit himself immediately.
The arc welder. And to put the cherry on top, they literally turn him into a skeleton.
Looney Tunes.
Golden Dumpster. I liked it.
You liked it.
I thought it was a nice touch.
I said he makes him half past dead.
Yeah.
Harry's turning lights on left and right, goes to another room, pulls the string without worrying about it, ignites a blowtorch, lights his beanie on fire. He sees it in a mirror. Faucet doesn't work, so he dumps his head into the toilet of kerosene.
Does a nice handstand first.
Well, he doesn't.
That wasn't him. Then the dousing of his on fire head into the toilet bowl explosion that we see from the outside.
He's Daffy Duck.
Very nicely done. Golden dumpster. And all we have is burnt top of head and oak face.
And the hat blown apart. Marv's crawling around on the ground, his whole body's shaking. He grabs the rope, tugs on it, nothing happens, but it is tied to a 100-pound plaster bag.
Yes.
So he goes to climb it, give way immediately. Plaster falls 3 stories.
Directly on top of his head, his neck would be dust.
Snap like a chicken bone.
Sits up, covered in white powder.
He's fine.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna murder that kid.
Builds himself a wobbly tower, climbs up out of the basement. It collapses. He's dangling by his armpits. Kevin runs by. Don't you know a kid always wins against 2 idiots?
Calls out to Harry. The ladder is split. It breaks as Harry climbs up the ladder after him. He falls over. Marv climbs up. He's telling Harry he didn't lose his teeth, so that's good news. Kevin suggests using the stairs. Then they remind him of last year. They start pretending to go up the stairs and hug the wall as paint cans come swinging down. Fakes that he gets hit. Now it's Marv's turn. He fakes it. They go up for real after a couple and get hit with a metal pipe.
Trying to get it?
In the mouth.
It's a stovepipe.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Oh, so you are a stovepipe.
It swings into both of them, knocks them flying back down the stairs, through the hole, into the basement, right on their backs. Broken fucking backs. Kevin cuts the pipe loose. It clangs down, lands on their balls.
That's funny.
Kiss my balls.
Kiss my balls.
Kiss my balls.
Marv is rebuilding his tower. Kevin wheels the Craftsman tool tower over to the stairs. He taunts them, ties the doorknob to the tool tower. It goes rumbling down. It flattens them with the door against the wall. Muppet noses are bent. And we get the SFX as they bend them back into place. He runs up the roof, throws a rope over the side, starts free climbing down the front of the building. Pesci doesn't care if he's getting the chair. I'm killing that kid. Also, all the muttering that Joe Pesci does in this movie, ass off. Kevin taunts him from the ground, calls him a big horse's ass. Nice night for a neck injury. Marv tells him to suck brick.
Nope.
Misses the throw.
You guys are going a little too far there.
Yeah.
Family friendly.
Climbing down the rope, very scared. They smell kerosene on the rope. Why would anybody soak a rope in kerosene? He lights a match, lights the rope. It goes up in flames. They're trying to climb up.
As opposed to swinging into a window.
Eventually fall down to the planks below and land on each other. All the cans of varnish fall on them and cover them in varnish.
And it looks like poop. Kevin runs to a payphone, calls 911, tells them to look for fireworks. Marv grabs the money bag, which has been sitting on the curb this entire time.
Sean Astin.
It's the Upper West Side. Very, very safe.
At no point did they think, let's just leave with the money that we stole. Kevin runs across the street. He does his own slipstick, falls on the ice. Camera spins around. My, how the turntables have turned.
They're standing over him. They're laughing. They lead him deep into the park. They like the pics he took.
Look at this Polaroid.
They're wondering what these pics from Mr. Duncan are, though. They haven't seen these before.
It's his art. Clip it again, Mace.
Tasteful, artistic photographs of beautiful bodies.
Not now, Jack.
You may have won the battle, little dude, but you lost the war. Pesci takes out a very soggy gun. Oh, they're dangerous. Marv is worried about all the pigeons in the tree, shadow in the background. I never made it to the 6th grade, kid. It doesn't look like you're gonna either.
You ever seen a pigeon awake at night?
I don't know if I've seen a pigeon at night. Where do they go?
These pigeons are up, dude. These are some owl-ass pigeons.
Pigeon lady appears with a bucket, tells Kevin to run. Pesci can't get the soggy, sticky gun to work, so she covers him in birdseed. And the pigeons swarm behind her and attack the Wet Bandits.
CGI pigeons do.
No.
Those aren't real.
They are.
These are real pigeons. It's in the trivia.
Not when they swarm. Or maybe the pigeons are on a green screen. I don't know. I'm telling you, I looked very, very closely.
Marv is screaming like a maniac. Pigeon lady laughs, blows Kevin a kiss. Kevin lights up a bunch of fireworks.
Boy, I told you.
Inappropriate.
I told y'all.
Inappropriate.
As soon as she said, don't make any promises you can't keep, I said, buddy.
That's a 9-year-old.
She just found her next target.
Kevin lights fireworks without a permit. The cops swarm. Cops have photos and recording of them saying their plan. You guys should have started earlier. Prisoners have already exchanged gifts.
Marv double confesses to the cops for tactical redundancy. Pesci stomps on his foot. He's a little cranky. We just broke out of prison a few days ago.
Says they're no longer the Wet Bandits. They're the Sticky Bandits. Can't spell sticky. Kevin runs out of the park. Duncan wants to get to the sick, weak children as soon as possible.
I bet he does.
They give him the note from the Rock. Offers him money for the window. Duncan knows who the kid is because of the Turtle Dove's name drop.
He repeats Turtle Dove like a real bingo. Turtle doves.
Clip it.
P.S. Thanks for the turtle doves.
Turtle doves.
Mom's asking people on the street. They don't give a fuck about her lost kid.
Showing a photo of Kevin in her purse, knocks on a cop's window. She's filed a report. Trust us, we'll handle it. But I'm his mother. I realize that, but you're looking for a needle in a haystack. Cop asked her to put herself in Kevin's shoes. Kevin is so much stronger and braver than I am. I know Kevin's fine. I'm sure he is. But he's still all by himself in a big city. And he doesn't deserve that. He deserves to be at home with his own family around his Christmas tree. Like he said in the beginning of the movie, Christmas tree. I need to go to Rockefeller Center.
Message.
Cut to Rockefeller Center. Kevin's staring at the Christmas tree. I know I don't deserve a Christmas, even if I did do a good deed. I don't want any presents. Instead, I want to take back every mean thing I ever said to my family, even if they don't take back the things they said. I don't care. I'll love them all, including Buzz.
Is this God?
No, he's talking to the tree.
No, I know, but twice now. The kid has prayed or asked for like his family to get fucking lost. And then he's gone through all these upsetting kind of traumatic periods. And then he prays for his family to come back, and that's when they come back.
You've got this as like maybe 10, 20 years from now, we're in Left Behind. You've got this as a real religious movie.
I just think that this is God being like, all right, man, get what you asked for. And then you learned your lesson, and then he kind of saves him at the end.
It's like a real monkey's paw situation, right? All right, you want your family. Well, this is what it takes.
Yep, exactly. Maybe it's not God then. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm thinking about the Rick and Morty, where all they do is sell shit from the store. And what's it called, Mr. Needful?
Yeah.
What's 2 divided by 3?
666.
If it isn't possible, I can see all of them. Could I just see my mother? I'll never want another thing as long as I live. I just want my mother. I know I won't see her tonight, but promise me I can see her again. Sometime, anytime. Even if it's just once and only for a couple of minutes. I just need to tell her I'm sorry.
Mom shows up right on cue, calls Kevin's name. He slowly turns around, turns back to the tree. Wow, that worked fast. Thanks, tree.
Well, wasn't a tree, it was God.
She rushes towards him. He apologizes. She apologizes. They smile. They hug. Back to the plaza. It's snowing. Presents being delivered from Duncan's.
Duncan has Christmas presents delivered early Christmas morning instead of those delivery people being with their family.
Delivered where, though? The orphans in the orphanage or the hospital? That'd be worth it, right?
No, I mean, not there.
Where?
To another extension of the diddling empire, the Plaza Hotel. It's hush presents.
He just hit a gold mine in the penthouse.
He got a brick through a window and he figured out, yep, this kid's staying at the plaza. I'm going to load up his whole family with gifts after midnight.
I have it as 2 Scoops McGee was like, you're never going to believe who just checked in.
Yeah.
Fucking 14 kids, bro.
It's not just one of them. It's a whole family.
Zed, Maynard. Yeah, the spider just caught a couple of flies.
There's 12 of them piled into one room, asleep. Somehow Kieran got the whole bed to himself with 3 cans of Coke. Pissed all over that bed, that extra large bed, but they don't talk about it.
Of course.
Wakes up, squinty eyes. Holy smokes, it's morning. It's Christmas morning, man. Kevin tells him Santa doesn't visit hotels. Are you nuts? He's omnipresent.
Jesus Christ, this place is an apartment.
Dude.
Yeah, when they showed the stairs, that was game over, man.
Okay, this is a presidential. Yeah.
There's a Christmas tree. It's stocked with presents. Kids start tearing stuff apart. Buzz wonders who Duncan is. He tells them all to calm down and he tries to whistle.
That's funny. I like that. That's a golden dumpster.
This sounded like Amin using the harmonica when StreamYard cancels it out. It sounds like a wet fart.
All right, everyone, just calm down. Calm down. Hey, hey.
Buzz says Kevin screwing up led to this most perfect and huge hotel room with a truckload of all this free stuff. So I think it's only fair that Kevin get to open the first present. Throws a present at him. They say, Merry Christmas. Everybody claps.
He catches it like he caught a football in The Good Son.
Enough of this gooey show of emotion. Let's dig in.
They all dig in. They don't wait. It's madness.
Kevin looks up at the star, sees the turtle doves, looks around, goes back downstairs. Overhead shot of the snowy park.
These are bad parents.
Dude.
They lose them again.
Kevin runs up to the pigeon lady, gives her to the turtle dove. Tactical redundancy, friends forever.
She needs a home.
Pigeon lady's moved. He won't forget her. They smile and hug.
So let me get this straight. Mr. Duncan, leader of this diddling ring, doesn't give the gifts to the kids in the orphanage, charity, or whatever. He gives the gifts to the richest family who are staying in the penthouse of the Plaza Hotel.
I mean, I figured out what this family is rich for.
What is it?
They keep track of all the clocks in Chicago.
Oh, wow. Crossover. CT5 crossovers. from their ivory tower.
Knock on the door, room 1765. It's Schneider with the room service bill. He rubs his finger together. Buzz takes out the gummies chewing. This family.
Chewing gum first thing in the morning? That's crazy.
It's Christmas.
What?
Somehow all that dessert racked up to $967.43.
2 scoops McGee is not cheap, man.
Buzz tells Dad, yells outside from the hotel. Kevin takes off running. Roll credits.
Am I the Jerk is a show where we talk about real stories like my stepdad found out that I have a $4 million inheritance and tried to steal it from me when my mom died. Am I the jerk for how far I took my revenge? Or you might even see a story like this. My mother-in-law photoshopped my wedding photos to change my nose. Am I the jerk for what I did in response? So Am I the Jerk is the perfect show to put on in the background while you're driving, studying, drawing, or just chilling out. And the best part is you can send in your own stories from your own life to be featured and discussed on the show. Just subscribe to Am I the Jerk and you'll see how to do that there via amithejerk.com/submit. You can freely share the deepest secrets of your life because you can still remain anonymous when you send in your stories. So either way, subscribe to Am I the Jerk right now before you forget. We'd love to be a part of your daily routine. New episodes every day. Am I the Jerk?
Hello, podcast fans. It is I, Bruce Valanche. For over 25 years, I worked on the Academy Awards, so you didn't have to. In that time, I've seen and heard things that should not be seen, or heard, or certainly felt. And now, for the first time, I'm sharing all my behind-the-scenes stories and first-hand knowledge about the Oscars. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the slap, all the things you didn't see. So join me as I use humor and insight to break down the Oscar awards of the past, to explain how and why your favorite movie didn't win, why some actors and some directors had to fire their agents, and how the whole process works, or sometimes doesn't work. This is the Oscars. What were they thinking? Available wherever you get podcasts.
Who cares if you lose the game? You got this off your chest. I mean, it's just one night of bar trivia.
One night of bar trivia is sacrosanct to us.
Trivia is sacrosanct. Macaulay Culkin was paid $4.5 million, the biggest ever salary for a child star at the time, as well as 45 times his salary for Home Alone. And he also received 5% of the film's gross.
Whoa!
Crazy.
That shit made like $350.
Jack Nicholson was considered for the role of Mr. Hector, the hotel concierge, before Tim Curry was cast. Can you imagine Jack Nicholson?
That's a crazy casting if that happens. That's not better.
The pigeon attack sequence was filmed on March 25th, 1992. According to Joe Pesci, the crew covered him and Daniel Stern with real birdseed and about 300 pigeons. Daniel Stern said a pigeon really flew into his mouth.
Oh,
that was revolting.
So Home Alone 2 was released in theaters on November 20th, 1992, which is eerily very close to the date that we're recording this.
Mm-hmm.
And as a scene that famously showcases the World Trade Center, the original and generally overlooked 1993 bombing attack on the World Trade Center happened on February 26th, 1993, only 3 months and 6 days after this movie was first released. Coincidence? I think not.
Wait till you guys see what happens 8 years later.
Oh, shit.
Supercharge it.
Surpassed Back to the Future 2 as the highest grossing comedy sequel, and itself held the record until surpassed by Men in Black 2.
Wow.
There's another crossover.
Because of the cold temperatures, several cameras froze during production. Director Chris Columbus recalled that the production had spent a lot of money on artificial snow for Central Park, and then New York City had a blizzard.
The original plan was for John Candy to make a cameo, reprising the role that he did in the first Home Alone. But John Candy was, quote, so bitter about how little money he received from the first film, one of the biggest financial hits of the 90s, that he refused to do it. And something tells me, John, that wasn't a smart move.
He died in what, like 95?
95, right? They did Canadian Bacon after that.
Sounds right.
This is perhaps the most famous piece of trivia. Everyone knows this shit, but one more time, run it back. Donald Trump owned the Plaza Hotel at the time and insisted on being given a cameo in the film in return for letting the crew film in his hotel. Chris Columbus considered editing it out, but decided to keep it in after it went over well with test audiences.
All of the children who appeared in the toy store scene were allowed to take their favorite toy home as part of their salary. Even though it didn't work and was created specifically for the movie as a prop, Macaulay Culkin was allowed to keep the Talk Boy. After the movie became a box office hit, Tiger Electronics created and distributed a real-life Talk Boy, along with its pink and purple counterpart, the Talk Girl.
What about the Talk They?
What about Talk Hoops?
This is from Joe Pesci himself in an interview with People magazine, 30th anniversary of this movie being released. Quote, in addition to the expected bumps, bruises, and general pains that you would associate with that particular type of physical humor, I did sustain serious burns to the top of my head during the scene where Harry's hat is set on fire.
Oh, shit.
Noting that he did the stunt work required for that particular scene himself.
With the handstand?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Catherine O'Hara was worried her character wasn't trying hard enough to find Kevin. Scenes were added to show her concern. O'Hara said she practiced her guilty sad face at home. The swimming pool scene was shot at the Four Seasons in Chicago because the plaza doesn't have a swimming pool on site. After one scene, Macaulay Culkin asked Joe Pesci why he never smiled. Pesci told him to shut up. At the time, Pesci said, he's pampered by a lot of people, but not by me, and I think he likes that.
Zach, the plane scene
Don't do it.
The plane scene taking Kevin to New York was a Boeing 767-223ER with registration N332AA and was the immediate older sibling of Boeing 767-223ER registration N334AA, which crashed into the North Tower on September 11, 2001. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin did 9/11. I told you I was going to get there one way or another. There you have it.
The Plaza Hotel used to offer the Home Alone experience around Christmas, where guests could pay to stay in a room similar to the room in which Kevin stayed, receive Home Alone gifts, including the movies, take a limousine, and see some of the filming locations, including the toy store upon which Duncan's toy chest was based.
That had to have been so expensive.
Writer and producer John Hughes said he took this sequel, quote, very seriously and wrote multiple drafts of the script.
No, you didn't.
I decided New York was a great place to lose him. It's a huge city. The kid can get in lots of trouble. Coca-Cola products make several appearances in the film, including in the scene where Kevin rides a limousine and where Kevin's cousin Fuller wakes up in bed. Pepsi products were used in Home Alone.
That's right. He's chugging Pepsi in that first one.
Reality changed sides. And Michael Jackson visited Macaulay Culkin on set.
Oh!
Life imitating art?
Two Scoops McGee himself.
Two Scoops McGee.
The casting call right there. They had him right there. Or would he have been Mr. Duncan? He probably would have been Mr. Duncan.
He would have been Duncan, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's the top of the ring.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You following me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Louis Pinnock Accent Award, Tim Curry's German, or A Wonderful Life in Spanish.
Oh, no, It's a Wonderful Life in Spanish.
Yeah. Let's show me who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five Horsemen, Christmas, family friendly, question mark, shocked faces / gasps,
brain damage,
message, breaking the fourth wall,
crime overall,
diddling empire,
yeah, diddling,
attempted murder,
slipping, slipstick.
Oh, nah, there's more diddling than slipstick.
There's more diddlers. I don't know if there's more diddling. We never actually see the diddling happen. Other than the part where he diddles the woman.
We didn't see the diddling in Mighty Ducks 2.
Right.
We knew it was happening, though.
We've been calling it for 2 hours.
It was ongoing in Mighty Ducks 2. That's the difference. This is all kind of like bait and trap.
You need me to send you a picture of Kevin McAllister with Jeffrey Epstein, the financier?
Well, it wouldn't be him. It would be Mr. Duncan, who's with Jeffrey Epstein. That's what the photo would be.
Well, eventually, Kevin McAllister's going to work his way up.
And 2 scoops.
2 scoops serving them Sunday.
Looking like the fucking Raisin Bran.
I think it's Christmas.
Christmas? No.
It's a super Christmas movie. It's not exciting enough for you guys?
It's not a Christmassy movie.
What?
No, man.
Wait, what?
It's not really.
He fucking talks to a tree. Not a Christmassy movie.
They're breaking into on Christmas Eve because of Christmas Eve's cash flow.
There's like 2 or 3 real Christmas mentions, but the rest of it is
2 or 3.
The whole soundtrack is Christmas songs.
Alone on Christmas. I got diddled under a tree. It's nothing but Christmas song.
Flip it for the intro. Oh, shit. I think Slipstick is actually the real one.
Slipstick's good, yeah.
It happens so much.
A number of times someone lands flat on their back.
Yeah, that was a good call by me at first. The Slipstick.
Yeah, you really deserve credit for it.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on. Fuck it, ass off. Ass on. Fuck it, ass off.
Michael Bean Memorial Ass On Award. Donald Trump.
Yep. Lock him in.
Sweep it.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award.
This is tough, man.
Loaded.
Catherine O'Hara as Kate McAllister. Tim Curry as Mr. Hector. Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister.
I think Kieran Culkin's great.
Yeah, he is. I mean, just the outfit.
Yeah.
I think Uncle Frank is in there.
Uncle Frank.
Pesci.
Joe Pesci's in there.
Pesci, yeah.
Daniel Stern is an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And who could forget Johnny from Angels with Even Filthier Souls?
Johnny, yeah. Let's go to Johnny.
Johnny's ass off, man.
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
It fits you like a baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees. The scene from Angels with Even Filthier Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Pesci whacking a pigeon with a newspaper. Cliff the security guard's shock at getting mentioned and insistence that it was a lie. Buzz attempting to whistle and making a wet fart noise.
Catherine O'Hara's Kevin, because it's so iconic. The perfect timing every time Kevin McAllister, future podcast producer,
Oh, yeah.
plays the movie.
Kevin McPodcast producer. Definitely a Golden Dumpster nominee.
That could have been a horseman.
Being electrocuted until you're a skeleton. Dousing the firehead in the toilet bowl explosion. But my selection, because I legitimately laughed as hard as Uncle Frank did, is Buzz fucking with Kevin in the choir with the candles and shit.
Yeah.
The look on his face when he's doing all that shit.
For sure.
Buzz deserved the ass off nomination as well.
For addressing the jury.
Yep.
Maze?
I thought it was going to be a lock that it would be the Angels with Even Filthier Souls scene. But now that we've given him ass off, I think I'm going to make it Kevin McPodcast producer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But the Angels with Even Filthier Souls scene, that was the funniest part of the movie. The first time.
It's great, yeah.
For those listeners, because we didn't address it in trivia. Not a real movie.
Yes, they made it all for this movie. Chris Columbus studied film noir.
How about that?
Zach, what's your Golden Dumpster?
I thought it was going to be something else, but when you mention it again, it's Joe Pesci beating the shit out of that pigeon.
It's funny, man.
It's really going at this thing, and it won't budge.
He hits 2 of them. They don't get scared.
Amin, you picked a motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I like that.
Full profile.
The movie is 2 hours long.
It kind of flies, though.
It doesn't fly at the end.
No.
When it takes forever to fuck up the sticky bandits. They don't take the same amount of care that was taken in the first one to kind of develop some of the themes, particularly the loneliness of Kevin, the realization that life by yourself isn't quite as cut out to be, the judging the book by its cover of the old man with the shovel, like all that shit is, let's just have fun and then run into the sticky bandits. And everything else is a quick mention. But there's a lot of nostalgia riding on this one. I was shocked when I've discovered it qualified. I loved this movie as a kid. I wanted to be Kevin McAllister, booby trapping, all type of shit.
You are.
And in the conversation, the heartfelt heart-to-heart with the pigeon lady, I started to come around on this child.
Oh.
I felt like I misjudged for most of the movie.
Well, let's put that in the in the intro.
I'm sorry. You liked the scene with the pigeon lady? Because it did sound like it.
It's not that I liked the scene. It's that I felt like I misjudged Kevin McAllister.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Or before Amin gives his full profile, please change my Golden Dumpster to Kevin McAllister, a rich Chicago suburban heir, likening her being homeless and covered in pigeon shit to him not wearing his rollerblades.
Made sense to me. It's a file. I'm using that rollerblades and hearts. If you listen to this podcast, please don't judge me if I use that line.
Zach,
I don't need any preamble. It's a file. Such an easy file. I love this movie. I understand that it's not as good as the first one. I don't care. I don't even think it's a nostalgia thing. I enjoyed watching it so much this time. I watch it every year around Christmas time.
Really?
I watch both the Home Alones every year.
Dude, I haven't watched this in like strong 25 years. My kids watched it. I didn't watch it with them. I said, watch this, and I left the room.
I love the Home Alone movies, the first two. I don't know about those other 9, but...
No, you don't like Kevin's Revenge?
I haven't seen the other ones yet.
How about Holiday Heist?
Easy file. Maze?
I've never seen this one.
What?
Wait, this is your first time seeing Home Alone 2?
Yes. It very lazily retread so many things.
Correct.
When he went to an empty house so that he could booby trap the empty house.
Uncle Ron's in Paris, where they were going the first one.
Because I thought the way it was headed, he would booby trap the store. He would go to the store and he'd turn the store into the zone because they'd be trying to rob it. No, instead they just walked right up to the cash register and got it.
It's absurd.
I gotta say, this is crazy to me that Maze had never seen this before. So he's really in real time.
He's processing all this shit.
Okay, so he's gonna booby trap the store and everything. That's crazy to me.
He lured them back to his death trap and they stupidly went in again to get his blurry Polaroid photo.
It makes me like this movie even more. I don't know why that affects this, but it makes me like it even more that this was Maze's first time watching.
Maze, it's funny because you said, I thought he booby trapped the store, and I swear to God, I'm not trying to be funny. I said, that's just absurd.
Yeah, you're right.
How the hell is he going to booby trap a store, Maze?
It was really long. The first hour 15 or so before he's gonna go after the bandits again.
Yeah.
He didn't really get lost in New York. He didn't really do too many antics.
A lot of montages.
He's eating dessert in the hotel room.
Well, he paid a price.
And he takes a limo to a toy store.
He seemed to have a very strong grasp of New York geography.
We had that map.
He had the map like an hour in.
It's not a map. It's a drawing.
I like the Talk Boy, and I get why. It all makes sense. I don't begrudge them making this movie. They made a ton more money. Everybody came back and cashed out again, but it's definitely a phobe.
What?
This was long. It didn't do anything different.
The formula works.
Pigeon Lady lives above Carnegie Hall.
She doesn't live there. She just goes there.
It's got Sean Astin's out the wazoo. I love the Talk Boy. I'm glad he's a podcast producer.
I bet you like the Don't Talk So Much Boy.
Shut up, Two Scoops McGee. What's next?
Send us your over file. You're called a dumpster ass on ass off. 5 horse. Spit out your father. At Talk Hoops, at Darth of at Corpuscle, at Cinephobe, at Count the Dicks.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
Hold the phone. CT5 names. I'm taking Johnny Goodboy Tyler from Battlefield Earth out, and I'm going
shit.
Two Scoops McGee.
2 Scoops McGee.
Home Alone 2, my number 4 CT5 name.
I can't touch mine. My shit is flawless, man.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I do like it though. Fuck. All right.
2 more picks, Echo pick.
Boys, I love Christmas time. I love Christmas movies. I love bad Christmas movies. I love Hallmark Christmas movies. I've seen a lot of them. I have such a depth of Hallmark Christmas movie knowledge that I probably looked up 5 or 6 before I got to one that qualified and was blown away that they don't qualify, the ones I looked up. Because I was like, these are perfect. Feliz Navidad, starring Mario Lopez, does not qualify. Blew my mind.
Jesus Christ.
But there is one that does.
How much research did you have to do to arrive at this?
I'm telling you, this was like the 6th or 7th one that I looked up before I got one that qualified.
You knew names off the top of your head?
I knew Feliz Navidad, and I looked up like Lindsay Lohan one. I started looking up ones that I knew.
With a name like Feliz Navidad, it should automatically qualify.
This one that I'm picking does not have a tomato meter for the critics, but it is 30% on the audience on fewer than 50 ratings. It says fewer than 50 ratings. It is from 2016. It is a cool 90 minutes. It is Married by Christmas. I think this episode's going to take max 70 minutes.
Daisy Chain is Christmas?
Christmas movies, yes.
Who are these people?
I think it's also called the Engagement Clause. That might help you.
I'm looking at the cast. I've never heard of any of these people.
Yeah.
This is really, oh man.
Okay, a high-level executive must find herself a husband before Christmas in order to inherit a fortune.
Isn't this every Hallmark movie? Let me guess, she works too much, doesn't have time for a personal life. But then Christmas time is going to help teach her the meaning of that.
No spoilers.
Why are we doing this?
Because Zach loves Christmas.
Because fuck you guys. That's why.
This has to break the fucking streak. There's no chance. Zach's too enthusiastic. There's no way Amin can come around and file this as well. Stay tuned.